to rig the election. He's trying to set up the conditions where he can claim that the elections were not won fair and square. Open your eyes to what is going on in the United States of America in 2025. That's what this is about. We're responding what occurred in Texas. We're neutralizing what occurred, and we're giving the American people a fair chance. Because when all things are equal, and we're all playing by the same set of rules, there's no question that the Republican Party will be the minority party in the House of Representatives next year.
Good morning, Germany. I mean, it's springtime. I believe it is fully
springtime for Trump and America.
The FBI has done an early morning raid at John Bolton's house.
Yep.
And normally, I would say first they came for John Bolton, but that guy because he worked for Trump and stuff. But this is full on what fascism looks like. Yeah. Can I just tell you Exhibit A of why mainstream media has failed us and why
Stephanie Miller
is so wildly popular now?
Why?
The Stephanie Miller News Organization.
News organization?
Don't give me that Gen Z stare,
okay,
young lady.
Yeah, you're saying it like we are news and like we're an organization.
Bella overslept and hasn't had her coffee, so that Gen Z stare
I know.
is just
I'm like,
oh, please,
I'm
God.
I'm here.
Oh, please, God. We've all had that morning radio.
Oh.
What time is it?
Oh, God!
No, it was scary. It was so scary. I woke up. I look at the clock. It's 5:45. I immediately text Chris, and I ran. I sprinted. I'm in my pajamas. This is...
But
I'm here.
I will have your coffee stat.
Thank you.
Just give me a second
You're
here.
too nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, there is nothing that's coincidence anymore, Chris. This is the day that the Epstein files were. You were almost like, what's the distraction going to be today? Mm-hmm. Oh, I know, a political retribution raid on John Bolton's house for classified documents, just to put a hilarious point on the whole. Oh my God! So this is something he's already been, accused of in the past, and there was no there. But like we'll talk to Glenn in obviously a few minutes. But here we are. Do you need evidence? So this is Trump tried to go after him through legal.
Right.
Remember back when he went through legal channels?
Right.
When Bolton wrote his book, and he failed.
Yeah.
And so here we are again. He was investigated, I think, because Biden doesn't do political retribution. John Bolton, if you recall, worked for Donald Trump. He's a lifelong Republican who worked for Trump.
Yeah.
But obviously, they dropped the case back then. Mm-hmm. So here we are, where we will ask Glenn. I don't know what you need to get a warrant, from this FBI.
A friendly judge.
Right. I mean,
and they're packing the courts with them.
Yeah. So in case you've just woken up like baby Bella, all blinky, FBI agents raided the. That's where I lived, by the way, the first 3 years of my life, Bethesda, Maryland. I was born in a D.C. hospital.
Right.
But we lived in Bethesda.
Yeah.
In a high-profile national security probe. The high profile is doing a lot of work in that sentence. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to skip back and say why the mainstream media has failed you. I forgot that. I dropped that ball. I'm going back to pick it up. Parallel parking, going around with the cul-de-sac. Because I don't even know which channel it was. Does it matter anymore? They were like, Bolton has very recently been a fierce critic of Donald Trump, and obviously this disaster of a Putin summit, and and they said, and Trump just went after him last week in a post. He was just on TV last week criticizing this disaster of But do you want to even call it a Russian policy, or is it just that's his Russian policy?
And I didn't.
Anyway, so somebody, I don't even know which talking head was like, Trump, Bolton and Trump have been recently highly critical of each other. There's no indication whether that's at all connected to today's. Give me a.
Right.
But yeah, I'm sure it's not at all connected to why the FBI is raiding his house at 7 a.m.
Right, and
we are not Boo Boo the Fool up in here.
I didn't take stock of this earlier in the week when it happened, but earlier this week, some chuckle nut on the Fox Business Channel said nobody knows why the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago. I wonder if he knew that this was coming.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't home.
Right. But yes, we all know why Mar-a-Lago was raided, because he was keeping classified information in the crapper.
And every legal expert said, Chris, that was a slam dunk case he would have been elected.
Yes.
One of the reasons he ran is to stay out of prison.
Right.
That, like as Barb McQuaid, I think, told us on the show, that's a documents case. Documents can't lie.
Right.
Like they had overwhelming evidence against Trump, and also that they tried to get them back, and that he willfully obstructed, willfully didn't return them. So the probe was said to involve classified documents, was first launched years ago, but the Biden administration shut it down. Bolton has previously been accused of including classified information in his book. As I said, Trump tried legally to quash its publication. He was ultimately unsuccessful. And here we go. Here's the part that's all you need to know. Of course, Patel gave the New York Post the, quote, exclusive on the raid.
Of course he did.
Last weekend, the Post conspired with extremist Ed Martin to stalk the Brooklyn home of New York Attorney General Letitia James. I mean, make no mistake, there's a list of people that are going to be next, right? Hillary Clinton, God knows, right?
Yeah.
Barack Obama.
Of course.
Adam Schiff.
Everybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's just...
It's a campaign of fear and terror.
Yeah.
It's terrorism.
Yeah.
Put out by the FBI and the DOJ.
We are just 10 times into Crazy Town with him like walking around like some bizarro Batman waddling around D.C. last night talking about grass. Oh, my God.
More like the Joker.
Oh, by the way, he previously said he's good at ballroom. He's now good at grass.
He's good at
I'm
grass.
good at grass. No one's good, good at
Nobody
grass.
knows more about grass than
Anyone in the whole world. I'm good at grass.
Apparently.
I don't know if he's better at grass or at ballroom, but someone should ask, certainly, that.
The White House has
Journalistic.
always had a lovely lawn. I think
Just...
I
I just, when you wake up and go, when fascism comes to America, what will it look like? Oh, this. Rating of former Trump critics. By the way, he's, again, a lifelong Republican Trump administration guy.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen to the rest of us, right?
Remember when
And
he
then-
was ambassador to the UN?
Right.
I remember,
Oh.
we have that audio of him going crazy.
Oh, he's completely
Bolton,
right-wing
just search for Bolton.
nutcake. but this is what it means, right? To defend free speech or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's people that you don't agree with that it's hard to go, oh yeah. Oh,
How long is it?
It could be pretty long.
it's
I
hard
think
to
I
say.
have it.
Okay.
I
All
think.
right.
That's not
That
it.
was a bit we did about Bolton.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, we
Alright.
can do that.
Secretariat building in New York has 38 stories. If you lost 10 stories today, it would make
Crazy
a bit
person.
of difference. This kind of mindless creation of the United Nations as something different from what it's in the United States' interest to do isn't going to sell here or anywhere else. The only question for the United States is what's in our national interest. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry, but that is the fact.
He sounds
Okay.
like he could have been
Yes.
very Trumpy back then.
Yes,
that was
noted
in like the
neocon warmonger.
Yeah.
By the way, remember when he would get that mad, like stuff like that, his crazy mustache would flap up and down? Remember he'd be like,
who's that character on Futurama, Nordberg with the with the
Right, the
tentacles
flapping
over
mustache.
his- yeah.
It's like a South Park head, but it's his mustache. It's just like when he gets really mad.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's the thing. This is the hard part. You got to stick, because what happens if you tell the truth in Trump's America? You're a target. He's just telling
Absolutely.
the truth, like every most
Yes.
other sentient being and expert, saying this Russia thing, it's a disaster.
'Cause he's
Both
seen it-
summits were a disaster.
He's seen it from the inside.
Yes.
So
Yes, that was his book, In the Room Where It Happened.
Yes. So he knows a lot
Yes.
more than
Yeah.
everybody else.
Yes, because he talks about the obvious, like the even more extreme incompetence and stupidity of Donald Trump.
Sure.
But anyway, he's just said the obvious that nothing has been accomplished. I think the thing that triggered Trump last week is that he said he's already given Putin a win, that this is on American soil. And sure enough, last night, Chris, they bombed an American factory in Ukraine.
They did.
Putin could not be clearer
Yep.
about saying Trump is his little bitch. And here's Exhibit C, right? The first one was the biggest attack of, I don't know, even this past year, right during the Zelensky summit. Then they came out and said, nah, no summit
Yep.
with, Zelensky or whatever. And then this.
Yep.
This was deliberate, the American factory.
Yes.
I mean, he is humiliating, as John Bolton said, humiliating Donald Trump on the world stage. That's what this is about.
That's right.
And also that this was the Epstein files. Like, how many look over theirs are they going to do that still aren't working? We also talked about, I know, so little time, so much to be outraged about Orlando officials denounced the overnight removal of a rainbow-colored crosswalk outside Pulse nightclub where 49 people were gunned down, saying it was a part of attack on LGBTQ lives by Ron DeSantis. I mean, how many times can you say the cruelty's the point, right?
Yeah.
It's just...
that pissed me off yesterday.
Yeah.
It was nothing for that except for cruelty.
Well, the only good news, I guess, out of Florida is the federal judge has ordered Alligator Alcatraz dismantled. So we'll have to talk to Glenn in a few minutes here about, okay, now what? Then they're going to appeal.
Yeah.
And then,
so
but,
when you see those words, you can't count on that happening.
That shouldn't be a controversial, controversial stand. No concentration camps in America. We don't. And I love that this is for like environmental stuff because once again, they didn't follow any rules. You can't just build something in a few days in a, fragile wetlands, ecosystem. But I'll take it, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, it's completely morally, legally. Where did I read another new statistic? 71% of the people detained have there's no criminal record, no crimes of any kind.
Right.
It's just, it is beyond and peak insanity. So cannot wait to get Glenn's take on the whole. Does justice matter?
Well, I don't know.
Do you think he's added a question mark to the thing behind him? The sign?
No, he's stronger than that.
Justice matter?
He's stronger than that.
Justice, but does it?
What?
Okay.
He would not cower. Glenn's not a coward.
No. I just mean, we're going to have to get back to justice actually mattering because this is, gut punch day.
Well,
okay.
Justice is mattering here on the West Coast.
Oh, we signed our maps. Yeah.
So-
Gavin Newsom signed it into law. Go Gov.
West Coast is the best coast.
Yeah. This is how we do it. South Central does it like nobody does.
When was the last time you were at South Central?
I don't know. I've been there. I ride my bike everywhere. Oh, I'm there almost every week.
Okay. All right.
All my rides start from somewhere there.
Okay.
Let me think where I'm starting in Ladera. I started at Ladera Heights. And
Yeah, Ladera Heights is
I'm going to
lovely.
Palos Verdes and back tomorrow.
Okay.
Tell me. I'm only not an elderly shut-in because of my bike. Otherwise, I'm completely an elderly shut-in.
So you know for a fact that South Central does it like nobody does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I told Montel Jordan.
I see.
Do we have that song?
This is how we do it.
Yeah. I love that song.
me check.
I really
Okay.
did.
I know we have it as a bump.
This is the Gen Z sans caffeine, whatever boomer stare.
Yeah. Is that how South
Bella's
Central
like,
does
really? I'm delaying getting my coffee for this?
Stephanie Miller.
Yeah!
it? I don't think
Yeah.
that's how South Central does it.
Yeah! Yeah, see you, Bed Bath and
Stephanie Miller.
whatever. Oh no, Cracker Barrel changed their...
Oh, I am still trying to wrap my head
Me
around
too!
that.
Oh, I saw that.
Me too. I didn't have the energy. I'm like, I'm just going to ask Chris tomorrow what this is about.
I don't know. Why are you asking
Rocky
me? I'm
Mountain-
on vacation.
Rocky Mountain Mike said it's kind of fitting because crackers have had us over a barrel for the last few years.
Yeah.
Get it? Because that's funny. Because it's a white supremacist
Sure.
administration, which
Sure.
that's why I'm wearing my Black Lives Matter T-shirt for the Blackest Hour in Radio with Frangela, hour number 3. Glenn Kirshner coming up. John Fugelsang, Personal Comedy Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to Cracker Barrel one time in Florida.
Oh, it's
I-
the worst food ever.
Worst food ever, but I really wanted to do that. That was something that I really wanted to do. It's because it's so
Apparently,
like,
their chicken fried steak isn't half bad.
Oh,
it's
God.
fine, but
Yeah.
while I was in there, I was with my friends because we were visiting, and this was around the Sarasota area,
Yeah.
and we
Right.
looked like the most raging California liberal. I was wearing my platform
You're like, woohoo,
boots with,
granola eaters here.
with my piercings. Like everyone was looking at us like we were
The
crazy.
fruits and nuts are here.
And I bought a hat that said freedom. I just,
okay.
you know,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I went to when I was visiting family in North Carolina because it was like the only place near wherever I
Yeah.
was staying. I think it was during COVID. I had to stay at a hotel
Okay.
because remember
Right.
because of we're traveling and you had to quarantine. Oh my God. How did that guy ever get elected? 1 million of us are dead. What's the word dead?
Yeah.
Anyway, but I just remember standing there going, is there anything here without cream sauce?
No,
Okay.
absolutely
No.
not.
no.
I've never lived close enough to a Cracker Barrel to go to one, so I've never been to one.
Oh, it's awful.
I think there's one in San Luis Obispo now.
Okay.
Or like outside of San Luis Obispo.
Okay.
Yes, and Bed Bath & Beyond, who and no one knew even existed anymore. Apparently, he's not
They have one,
coming here.
They have one retail
Yeah, so-
location somewhere.
So take
back.
that, take that fourth largest economy in the world. We're not opening stores in your state. Okay.
You can find everything at Bed Bath & Beyond on Amazon. Seriously.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And for cheaper, and it gets to you faster.
So now it's Bed Bath and bye-bye.
Yeah.
See what I did there? I just wrote that right now. I know it's not that...
The only time I would ever go to a Bed Bath & Beyond is when I had that 20% off coupon.
Yeah, I went when I was a kid a lot. My mom would drag me in there, and I would get really nauseous because of all the fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. Hey, we're late now.
We are
21 minutes after the hour. This portion of the show. A sentence I never thought I would hear Chris Lavoie say, Dr. Doom can't join us next week. He's going to Burning Man. Okay.
Yeah, you did hear. You heard properly, Yale lady. Yeah, you did. Yeah. But
Wow.
there's an issue here. I'm only going for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because Karen and I
Mrs. Doom.
are going on a mission to extract our youngest grandson being taken there by our daughter and her husband who are veterans. And she got us a special pass. So we're
Yes.
going to drive from Sacramento. We're visiting her family. And then
Okay.
we're going to drive into that Black Rock desert
Right.
Okay.
and pick up the poor 9-year-old boy.
Okay,
Who's gonna
so
love it,
He's
though.
9?
He's 9. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I thought I'd be a
Don't rub it
bad...
in, Bella. Don't rub it in.
And I thought I'd be a bad parent. Wow. So it's an extraction, like in Fallujah or something.
Wait,
You're just going to go
Yeah,
in
it's
and...
like a,
yeah.
it's like
okay.
a SEAL team operation.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So actually, Stephanie has been giving us directions about what to wear. And I just asked Chris if he had an extra loincloth I could borrow. He does
I'm
not.
fresh out of loincloth stock. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Let's ask Stephen Miller what all the old white hippies wear
Right.
when they're protesting fascism.
He'll know. Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
Doc, I love this. I saved this tweet for you from Dr. Michael Lynn. He said, pediatricians are the most chill docs. It takes a lot to get them into a sassy mood, but the FDA managed to do that.
Yeah.
So, this is what you've been calling for every week on this show. Pediatric group defies Trump administration with COVID vaccine recommendations, right?
Yeah.
It's the first time in 3 decades that the AAP has deviated from the course set by the CDC. It's going to be somewhat confusing, but our opinion is we need to make the right choices for our children to protect them. So this is about the COVID shot for children.
Yeah.
Talk to us about what this is and what it means.
well, first of all, the AAP, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the American Medical Association, the AMA, have a lot to make up for because they were dead silent during the RFK Jr. Confirmation process. And I really believe that those two organizations together could have squashed that confirmation process. And I think that that the senators would have listened to those two organizations, but they just remained silent. And now they're speaking up on a policy level, and I still think we have significant problems that we're going to be dealing with respect to whatever is happening in terms of policies for children around vaccines and other health issues. So they have a lot of work to do and a lot of making up to do, but I'd like them speaking out more and more about the issues that are really important for kids.
Well, speaking of which, this is kind of unprecedented. These employees at the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention and other federal agencies have signed a letter charging Bobby Kennedy, saying he's endangered their lives and the rest of the public. The new 2-page letter sent to Kennedy and members of Congress cites his anti-science rhetoric, denigration of federal workers, layoffs affecting public health programs, Kennedy's decision to replace members of a vaccine advisory panel that includes some anti-vax advocates that he put on the panel now. It faults Kennedy's delayed response to the shooting at the CDC main campus in Atlanta. It asks Kennedy to stop spreading false health information, affirm the CDC's scientific integrity, and guarantee the safety of the HHS workforce. And so hundreds signed this letter, right?
Yeah. Well, listen, this is a letter that is expressing what should have been expressed a long time ago. I hate to look back, but yes, that it is a good thing. And the question is, will it end up with RFK Jr. being ousted from this platform he has of the most influential public health policy person in the world? It's a huge, huge platform for him to be spouting anti-science, anti-vax BS, and basically on every issue that comes across his desk. And look, I think at the end of the day, the letter is fine, and I would love to see some activism on the Republican side of Congress finally demanding that he either be forced to resign or be fired. At some point, he actually could become an embarrassment to Donald Trump. He's so outlandish, RFK, that he may be the single person on the planet that could become an embarrassment for Donald Trump.
Fascism has come to America. Wake up. Everybody get up. Look, I bought it. You see, I bought a new megaphone. You know, our bullhorn broke. That served us well for so many years.
Yep.
Bella, here's a little... Mommy and Daddy, we want to have a little conversation with you. If you should find yourself to be my age buying a small plastic bullhorn as part of your job, you have failed in life. Mommy and Daddy have failed you. We've not raised you correctly. But I was really excited
I'm trying to think of the other professions that could require that.
Yeah.
Aside from
Not
radio.
many.
PE teacher.
Like a construction.
Construction.
Yeah.
I think the
construction.
loser part of it was how very, very excited I was to get it. Remember the big one was the other one was big and unwieldy. This is a very small, it was on sale. I got quite a bit off. I'm very excited about this little micro.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, it has a siren too. Don't make me hit that by accident.
I kind of want to hear it.
No, you don't.
Oh.
No, the dogs freak out.
Never mind.
When I went to go get the first one, that was in 2004 when we started to show up again.
Right.
And Amazon didn't have stuff like that. And so I had to find a bullhorn store on Fairfax. Yeah, I know.
A whole store?
There's a whole store just for bullhorns?
Yes.
Wow.
Because where else would you buy a bullhorn?
I don't know.
On Fairfax?
Now we know. Okay. All right, I can take that to my protest. It's very exciting.
Sure,
It was like
yeah.
$11. Very exciting. Yeah, things have changed. Okay. Somebody tweeted, Kash Patel raided John Bolton's house early in the morning of the day we're supposed to get some Epstein files. Maybe the files are in Bolton's place. Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah, maybe that's where the Epstein files are. Trish says the same thing I just said. John Bolton is a test balloon. Up next, Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. Mark Elias said, here's how the media should be reporting this morning's news. As part of a growing pattern of political retribution, Donald Trump's FBI has raided the home of a prominent administration critic. In this instance, it happens to be John Bolton. The pretense is largely irrelevant. Thank you. Yep. I mentioned, Chris, that's always the salt in the wound. Is someone literally going, the president's recently, last a few days ago, been highly critical. We don't know if there's any relation to this morning's, really? Really? You don't know if there's any relation to this morning's events? Dear God. All right, 29 minutes after the hour. Not a moment too soon, Glenn Kirshner. Next.
Yes.
Virginia was 16 and working at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort when Maxwell spied her reading a textbook on massage.
She just seemed very nice, and she said, I've got a person that I know who's actually looking for a traveling masseuse. And if you want, I can get you an interview with him. If he likes you, we can get you educated. You'll be a real masseuse. And you'll get to travel and see the world. And she made it sound like it was a dream come true. And it wasn't.
Within hours, Virginia was at Epstein's Florida mansion, lured there by Maxwell's promise. It ended in a devastating sexual attack.
So put it this way, we did the back of him, we did the back of Epstein, and then when he turned over, that's when I was instructed to get undressed and have sex with Jeffrey Epstein while Ghislaine Maxwell was participating as well.
So you were abused by both of them in your very first encounter?
Yeah, both of them. I was abused by Ghislaine and Epstein.
Maxwell is in prison.
I just wish her well, frankly, but I wish her well.
The other day, a reporter asked you about Ghislaine Maxwell. You said, quote, "I just wish her well, frankly." Mr. President, Ghislaine Maxwell has been arrested on allegations of child sex trafficking.
Yeah, I wish her well. I'd wish you well. I'd wish a lot of people well. And I do wish her well. I'm not looking for anything bad for her.
She's a child sex, alleged child sex trafficker.
Big deal. I do. I wish her well.
So you were abused by both of them in your very first encounter?
Yeah, both of them. I was abused by Ghislaine and Epstein.
But I wish her well.
Well, let me ask you something. Where do you keep your birth certificate, passport, social security card, and vehicle title? Do you know where to find your loan details or maybe the deed to your property? Wouldn't it be nice to just easily pull up all of your usernames, passwords, pins, and codes in just one place? A knockbox makes organizing your important documents simple. You'll feel great knowing where everything is and that your next of kin will have no problems handling your estate down the road. It's all in one place and easily accessible. Each knockbox, that's NOKBOX, it comes with a comprehensive checklist that ensures you can add everything they'll need to manage your estate when you're gone. From, plans for your beloved pets, what's your vet's number, the login or details for your credit cards and subscriptions. If you've got a household, you need a knockbox, and you need to do it now, right? For Stephanie Miller listeners, you can get 16% off the knockbox of your choice. I mean, that is a deal. Just go to theknockbox.com. That's NOKBOX.com. Use the code Stephanie16. Once again, that code is Stephanie16 to get 16% off. Stay calm. Get organized today. That's theknockbox.com. Code is Stephanie16.
Of the streets of America. And I'll remind you, Donald Trump never sent the military, active duty military, in his first term or now even his second term anywhere overseas. He sent them to a United States city. They remain federalized National Guard, interestingly, through Election Day.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure that's there's no connection. That's a coincidence too. Much like the John Bolton's criticism of the president and the raid this morning. As according to the mainstream media, there may be no connection there.
Yeah, I didn't realize that the only place that Trump has sent our troops is to American cities.
Yes, to police American citizens.
Insane.
Yeah, just like the military was intended. Okay, hey, not a moment too soon. Wow, thank God. Former U.S. Attorney Glenn Kirshner is here. Get me Glenn Kirshner. Glenn Kirshner. Former 30-year federal prosecutor Glenn Kirshner.
I can listen to him talk all day.
Who has answered the call for his country once again. MSNBC legal analyst Glenn Kirshner.
On the Stephanie Miller Show all day.
Piercing blue-eyed Glenn Kirshner.
We got that Glenn Kirshner now, and I feel okay.
Yeah. No, I don't. Aw, Glenn just said he talked about us for 5 minutes on another show
on his Substack,
and I said I yell your name out all the time too. I won't say why. Anyway, hi Glenn. Glenn, hi. Good morning.
Good morning, Steph.
Hi. Well, it's springtime for Donald Trump and America this morning. Obviously, you woke up to the news as well. 7 a.m. Your time, a raid of John Bolton's house. I don't even know. I'm not even sure where to start with this. Hold, please. I've been saving lots of things for you. I already went through the history of this, that, this obviously was something he was investigated for back in the Biden administration. It was dropped. Trump tried to stop the book. that was stopped. So we tried to go through legal channels. So now where are we?
Well, I'm sure it's a coincidence that just a little over a week ago, Donald Trump posted, very unfair media is at work on my meeting with Putin, constantly quoting fired losers and really dumb people like John Bolton, who just said, even though the meeting is on American soil, Putin has already won. What's that all about? What a presidential tweet.
Yeah.
So listen, there's a thing called vindictive prosecution, and we don't know whether there's actual evidence to satisfy the probable cause standard that is required to get a federal judge to sign a search warrant and go into somebody's home and search for evidence of crime. But let's see if this turns out to be a legit search warrant where John Bolton is unlawfully retaining classified documents, or nothing more than, a continuation of Donald Trump's revenge tour.
Yeah. And Glenn, how on point is that? Like, as you often told us, the most slam dunk, the most overwhelming amount of evidence in a case was Trump's classified documents case, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, can I just say, you've been talking about this Trump administration hit with vindictive prosecution motion to dismiss Abrego Garcia case. So that's going to be a thing in more than one of these situations, isn't it?
Oh, that is such a thing. I urge your viewers to read the motion to dismiss the Abrego Garcia criminal prosecution in Tennessee based on vindictive and selective prosecution. I've never seen a more compelling motion to dismiss. And when they set out how Abrego Garcia had his rights, his legal rights, and his constitutional rights violated in multiple ways. So what did he do? He fought back. He filed a lawsuit, and he won.
Yeah.
He won in both the trial court and the appeals court, and even the Supreme Court directed the Trump administration to facilitate his return to the U.S., right? And so what did they do? They ginned up, some might say trumped up, a bogus prosecution in Tennessee. And I'm telling you, this one is not going to end well for the Trump administration.
Yeah. Glenn, there's the part that's outside the courtroom that's part of the show, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's, Pam Bondi on TV or on Fox or, standing in a briefing room, just throwing out these wild, unsubstantiated charges against Abrego. And then there's in a courtroom where you need facts and evidence. So you're right. We'll see what happens with the John Bolton thing. But obviously them giving the New York Post the heads up, just like they had Ed Martin stalk, what do you call it, Letitia James, right? Gave the Post the heads up on
looking like
that.
a third-rate Columbo in a trench coat in 90 degrees. Come on, sport.
Yeah.
We've got our first sport, ladies
That's
and
right.
gentlemen. All right. I guess it's always like a game of whack-a-mole, good news, bad news. The New York case against him. By the way, Heather made a good point. She said Trump just said his New York case was overturned because it was a fake case. It was not overturned. He's still guilty of every one of his felonies. He just no longer has to pay the $550 million he owed in penalties because apparently punishment is only for peons. Talk about this.
Yeah,
a little
let's
bit.
everybody remember that the fraud finding stands, right? So he and Eric and Don Jr. engaged in fraud, massive business fraud. What the court said was the fine or the penalty that was imposed, $500 million, was excessive. Okay, well, that's what the courts are there for. But this case will now continue through the system with the finding that he engaged in business fraud intact. So it's not exactly a complete exoneration, is it?
Sport. Champ. Glenn, it's just occurring to me as we're talking. I'm like, is this going to be like the Pee Wee Herman legal strategy? I know you are, but what am I? Everything that Trump has been accused and or convicted of, he's going to accuse someone else of, right? Classified documents. I'm like, he was guilty of years of mortgage, insurance, whatever, 16 kinds of fraud. So that's what he's going to accuse Adam Schiff of, and Letitia James, and whoever this woman is he's trying to get to step down from. Is it the Board of Governors, another complete coincidence. It's a black woman. I mean, so here we are, right? Like everything he's been accused of, he's going to accuse other people of, evidence or no, it looks like.
Exactly. Right? And look at how long he has been threatening, Steph, to prosecute people.
Yeah. Who
Who is the OG of Donald Trump's wrath? Hillary Clinton. I'm going to lock her up. We heard that for 10 years. Hillary Clinton hasn't been charged with so much as a traffic violation. And you can tick through the Liz Cheneys and Adam Kinzingers and John Brennan and James Comey and, Letitia James and Alvin Bragg and on and on and on and on. None of these people have been charged with anything. It is just the announcement by Trump that they're engaged in wrongdoing and criminality. Right. And he hopes that will stick, that will permeate the public's consciousness. But, I haven't seen a single prosecution brought yet because you need, one, a crime committed, and two, enough evidence to indict, try, and convict somebody for that crime. And we haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, it's harassment. It's just, they already did the vindictive IRS audit of Comey and Andrew McCabe. So, I mean, but can I just ask a legal question on the New York case? So the New York Appeals Court found the monetary penalty excessive. How is that excessive? He was ordered to pay $354 million after the judge determined he had committed, years of fraud, right, by overstating his wealth to lenders and insurers. The figure increased to $515 million with interest because he never pays it. So that's another violation. So how does a court consider that excessive?
So what happened was before the penalty was imposed, both parties, both Attorney General Letitia James' lawyers who pursued the case for the state of New York and Donald Trump's lawyers had to present all kinds of information and calculations about what the projected loss was, because basically this was the Trump organization lying about its financial standing to get more favorable treatment from banks. And people say, well, it's a victimless crime. Well, not really. You know why? There were other legitimate business owners who were probably seeking loans, and they were deprived of those loans, perhaps because the Trump administration lied about their circumstances, and they got more advantageous terms. See, this already puts people to sleep, and you can see why these calculations get very
it's not victimless.
difficult and dense. So Letitia Bragg's attorneys made their best case as to the monetary amount of damage that basically the people of New York suffered courtesy of Donald Trump's fraud. And the judge imposed what he believed was an appropriate fine or penalty. And the appeals court disagreed with that. It's all pretty dense stuff when you're projecting out what the monetary loss was as a result of this kind of fraud.
Yeah. You're exactly right. It's not victimless. We're all victims. Somebody pays. It's like the tariffs. We pay. So anyway, federal judges ordered Alligator Alcatraz to be shut down and no more detainees be sent there. The judge gave the government 60 days to move out existing detainees and dismantle the facility. Again, we sort of have PTSD, don't we, from having wins and then going to the next, because they never, follow any laws. And in this case, it was environmental laws, right? The state and federal government violated federal law that requires an environmental review before any major federal construction project. Well, obviously it's morally, it's legally wrong, but okay, also environmentally, I guess is what the ruling was.
Now, of course, Steph, as you suggest, the next question is, will they comply with the court order to shut it down? And, sometimes they comply, sometimes they don't. They almost always drag their feet. Yeah. But, I actually posted a video earlier this week with breaking news. Trump administration complies with court order, which is obviously a little bit of a joke. But, it does show the power of litigating these issues and holding Trump and his administration to account, because that was the one where they tried to hide from the public how they were apportioning congressional funds in the executive branch. But the law says, no, you must publish within 3 days of those decisions how you're apportioning the tax dollars, how you're divvying it up to your executive branch agencies. And the good news is 2 great nonprofits brought suit. They, beat the Trump administration in court running away. And then the administration complied with the court order. Yeah. So listen, that's why we have to be in court all day, every day, fighting these battles, even though we know they may, not comply at the end of the day.
Yeah, this is where we are in 2025, Glenn, that we can't say, uniformly, we don't have concentration camps in America. That, we don't legally, we can't detain people that have committed no crimes. In chicken coops. The fact that we have to now go, what's the next court going to say? What's the Supreme Court going to say, right?
Yeah. And you're right by calling it a concentration camp with your father being a Nuremberg prosecutor. Listen, we shouldn't fall prey to using the kind of language and terminology that Donald Trump uses. It's not alligator Alcatraz. It's more like Auschwitz. I mean, it is a concentration camp. Don't call things the big, beautiful bill because he does, because, he's calling everything a witch hunt, and we have to call it out for what it is. And we have to make that permeate the public's consciousness, the truth about it, not his lies or his gloss that he tries to put on everything.
Yeah. So, Alina Habba.
Bless you.
Thank you, Glenn.
Bless you.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I was waiting for you. A federal judge ruled that Alina Habba, the acting U.S. attorney for New Jersey, has been acting without legal authority for more than a month. They don't do anything with legal authority anymore. They just go, never mind. When one, judge rules one thing, they're just like, nope. He said because she's not currently qualified to exercise the functions and duties of the office in an acting capacity, she must be disqualified from participating in any ongoing cases. Habba, who has zero experience in criminal law, was reappointed to the post after Pam Bondi fired the actually qualified person that a panel of New Jersey judges had named to succeed her. Habba was representing a Newark parking garage when Trump first noticed her praising him on Fox News, if you were wondering the Alina Habba history.
Bless you.
Bless me.
Yeah. And Steph, if people want to know the consequences of having the United States Attorney for the state of New Jersey, the top federal prosecutor, be in that position unlawfully and illegitimately, here are the stakes. Every defendant in New Jersey who ends up being convicted of a crime during Habba's unlawful tenure as the top prosecutor will be filing a motion to dismiss the case and will be arguing to the appeals court, I was prosecuted by an office that is headed up by an illegitimate U.S. attorney. And that kind of issue may have legs. So what this is it's also a public safety story. And will the Trump administration say, okay, we'll accept the court ruling and put a qualified U.S. attorney in place? Or they'll continue to say, you know what, that's just radical left-wing lunatic judges making these decisions, and we're not going to abide. If they take the latter approach, they will be endangering public safety in New Jersey, which maybe they're fine with.
Yeah. Because we are not boo-boo the fool, we understand the timing of the Bolton raid is that the Epstein files were due to be released today. So where are we on that? So this is the House panel that's obviously slow-walking this. I don't trust what they're redacting, do you, or what they're doing with this. They're obviously never going to release anything damaging to Donald Trump, which it clearly is. Right.
We are exactly nowhere on the release, other than there has been a lawsuit filed in D.C. and who is the presiding judge in that lawsuit? Tanya Chutkin.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
It's a lawsuit, a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act lawsuit, demanding that the DOJ release the Epstein files. And they get very granular. They say, for example, we want every piece of evidence that shows personal communication between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein that's contained in those files. So listen, Pam Bondi is not going to give the good stuff, the incriminating stuff to Congress. She'll in dribs and drabs give them stuff that doesn't mean anything.
And
but hopefully the lawsuit will get at that stuff.
Yeah, you've had 3 judges now say this is a distraction. This is nothing. We can't release this. You have all of it, the thousands of pages that you can release. Is that FOIA lawsuit our friend Allison Gill or the FOIA?
No, these are
that's a different one. Okay.
So the 3 judges, the 3 federal court judges who said not only are we not going to unseal the Epstein and Maxwell grand jury transcripts, Pam, but you all are involved in a, quote, diversionary tactic. That's what 2 of the 3 federal judges said. They said, why are you asking us to release a 70-page grand jury transcript where an FBI agent talked about hearsay and not a single witness or victim testified before the grand jury? That information means nothing. But the judges said, you, DOJ, have all the information, and you pledged you were going to release it previously. So this is nothing more than, and this is a quote from one of the judges, the illusion of transparency and the diversion.
All right, Glenn, being there in D.C., enjoy your new grass in place of democracy. We didn't get new grass in L.A. We got fascism. We didn't get new grass. He's good at grass, you know. You get grass in place of
now
with
the
your fascism.
MDC. It's the militarized district of Columbia. That's what it is. MDC.
MDC. Great.
Dear God, we love you, Glenn Kirshner.
Thanks,
Love
Glenn.
you, Steph.
I mean that in
See you
every
guys.
way possible. Okay.
All right.
51 minutes after the hour.
You know, I think you're just jealous that I had front row seats at the Chuckle Hut for Stephen Miller's performance.
I can't imagine him doing comedy. Oh my God.
Well, that was not what that was. He was not doing stand-up comedy there.
No.
I mean, and also, of course, as always, Carl, the implication was racist, right?
Yeah.
Like that no white people live in D.C. And you know, because he's like, oh, these people came in from somewhere. It's like, no, the polling goes across every demographic that you D.C. residents want people out, want the federal government out, right?
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is look at some of the video that news agencies are putting out there from across the District of Columbia showing the diverse communities that are protesting the presence of ICE and these Guard troops. And so, you know, I think it's not breaking news that Stephen Miller is wrong, lying, and misleading the American people, but that's what's happening here.
Well, yeah. So I loved it. By the way, I'm going to say this has got to be it's got to be Steph Head, the guy that yelled, "Are you going to a couch buddy at JD Vance?" I don't know which heckler that was, Carl, but I'm going to take credit for him. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, he. Various shouted insults could be heard, including couch and fascist scum. So, and the polling bears this out. We were saying, Carl, I don't know what the deal is when this, you know, supposedly the liberal station morning show. We were saying Morning Joe. You could tell they were trying to spin these numbers this morning because their whole thesis has been, oh, Trump is right, and this is a political win for him. And all my Democrat friends tell me, you know, privately that it is really dangerous in D.C. And it's like, no, nothing bears that out, right? I mean, it's just this fear-mongering that they try every time, isn't it?
Yeah, and nobody's saying that we don't want safe communities.
Right.
Right.
I think what people are saying is what's happening here is not an effort to create safety. What's happening here is an effort to sow dissension and create fear.
Yeah.
If this was really about safety, there are, I think, 29 other cities that the Trump administration could be putting this presence in.
Let me just say, and it's not just
violent.
Right. I mean, it's not just Morning Joe, but all the pundits that are like, oh, this is a great political win. This is a great idea politically. It's very popular. Even my Democratic friends tell me it's like, no, 80% across every demographic in D.C. does not want this and sees it as overreach and fascism.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, what they're really doing is trying to soften the ground so that they can do this elsewhere.
Thank you.
And the American people will be used to it by then.
I mean,
and that's something we can't stand for.
I'm sure you're seeing it there, Carl. We saw it here in L.A. I mean, the Trump administration has been snatching delivery drivers off the street mid-order as part of its, you know, the Washington, D.C. safer crackdown. One resident said yesterday my Uber Eats driver got arrested by ICE while he was delivering my food. Somebody else tweeted Trump's masked ICE Nazis in D.C. ran down and hit a food delivery worker on his moped with their SUV. He's now being taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Taxpayer money being well spent on important business. I mean, and as a lot of people have said, even South Park did it, right, Chris? Where it's all a TV show because they're around the monuments, which are a very low crime areas, but of course you see on TV, this was South Park, like every monument you went to, there's just ICE and police and troops, right?
Well, and I believe MPD told the administration where they could use the most help. So, and it was not the monuments.
Right.
You know, on top of all of this, you know, is the question of how this is actually functioning. What rights are being disregarded in service to this work? You know, there are videos of masked officers that are talking like they're cable news talking heads, attacking liberals. When did our law enforcement become a mechanism for pushing up?
If they can't cheat their way through the midterms, they're going to find out a way to cancel them or what. I mean, would you put anything past him at this point?
Well, especially now that they've missed America's favorite governor's deadline. So we know that, you know, something's happening in California to try and balance out what's happening elsewhere. I think you're just jealous.
Thank you, Chris Titus. He said threatening to not open a store in a state with a population of 21 other states and the fourth largest economy in the world isn't a flex. It's a failed IQ test.
No.
Bed Bath and bye-bye. Bye now. Bye-bye, Bed Bath. See ya. 58 minutes after the hour. John Fugelsang and Frangela all coming up.
It's the Stephanie Miller Show.
Congress has to know and understand that Donald Trump is, I believe, the most corrupt person ever to serve as president of the United States. The most corrupt person ever to serve. And we need to work together to stop him before it's too late. And that is the goal and the mission of the Oversight Committee.
Thank you, Representative Robert Garcia of the great state of California, who went on to say,
Donald Trump is attacking everything that we love and know about our country. And he's putting himself first every single time. He's seeking property deals and real estate transactions, oftentimes in foreign countries where we should be doing diplomacy. He's accepting enormous gifts, like the plane that we have all heard about from Tar, that he has no business doing on behalf of the United States.
also, I'm using my new bullhorn to warn you that fascism has come to America. Okay, there we go. You know what? That sounds as cheap as it is, as it was. It was about $11.
I kind of love it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Also,
I'm an adult, and that's my job, is buying little toys like that. Mm-hmm.
Also, Menendez didn't get parole.
Yes. No, I saw that.
Yeah.
Wow. The only thing I took from that is, wow, the Menendez brothers are in their 50s, and we are super old.
Oh, yeah,
I
he's
just remember all the
53.
little-
Yeah, he's only like
Remember all the Menendez
3 years
groupies?
younger than me.
Oh, my God. There were so many girls, Bella, outside the courtroom.
Oh,
with the,
I'm sure.
I love Eric when he gets upset, that little vein in his forehead.
Oh
my God.
Have you guys seen that?
That's when I felt like the biggest loser about my love life, is they both got married and I'm still
in prison. Yeah. Have you seen the basketball card where
No.
that there's a basketball card that it's some player, but in the background, the Menendez brothers are sitting courtside, and it was around the time, I think it was the day that they
Murdered their parents?
Yes,
Oh,
and then they took the money, went to a basketball game, and they're sitting courtside, and they're in the background.
Oh,
in this
ew.
basketball card.
Ew.
It's crazy.
Ew. Okay.
Fun factoid.
But more importantly, Cracker Barrel. Okay.
Well,
Chris and I don't. Chris is almost like inches from vacation, and we just don't have the bandwidth to even figure out what MAGA's upset about. Because I don't know.
Do you have any idea?
They changed the old guy in the barrel and something. I don't.
Well, and also they have like taken on some DEI.
Oh, God, snowflakes
stuff, and so.
Oh God, they're woke. Okay.
Oh, God
my
forbid.
God.
Oh, my God, a restaurant. God forbid. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Okay. More importantly, Camus Bell says Stephen Miller is the Jillian Michaels of Joseph Goebbels. Okay.
Well, okay.
We're going to talk to Frangela about that. Just a bit. Okay. So, I'm sorry. You're soaking in it. Fascism. You're soaking in it. You're doing the backstroke in it because of the they raided FBI. The FBI raided John Bolton early this morning, based on we don't know what, blah blah blah. But it's you remember Bolton.
Bolton, 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 Trump's Bolton, John Bolton, Bolton, Bolton. The story keeps unfolding. The cards he is all holding. Trump's fried. Trump thinks that he can weather the lawyers thrown together in a pact of professional suicide. All the evidence they've been missing, to their ass goodbye they're kissing. The country has been taken for a ride. Bolton, 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 Trump's fried.
Yeah. Thank you, Rocky Mountain Mike. Yeah, I had forgotten because I like I said last hour, Chris. I'm tempted to say first they came for John Bolton, and I said that guy because I just realized I forgot that act of cowardice. Trump could have been in prison if it wasn't for her. He refused to testify under oath. Right? I mean, it's just all these people that save stuff for books. I mean, yes, he's speaking out and saying all the right things now about Trump's obviously disastrous foreign policy and what's happening with Russia and
he's
Putin.
One of those that saved it for a book.
Right, exactly. Yeah. He could have helped get us out of this fascism, and so I hate to say it, but now here we are.
So I don't
early
trust
morning
him.
raid based on God knows what.
I don't trust him any further than I can throw him.
Yes, just his mustache alone. What does that? right? What does that weigh? Who knows?
That
it looks like he
guy
never
on.
brushes it or washes it. I don't know. Anyway.
How would you like to be
a lot of
Mrs.
crumbs.
Bolton and kiss
yeah,
that?
Oh, a lot of crumbs. Yeah, like crumbs falling into your mouth. Chris, who said we don't want this fight? We didn't choose this fight, but with our democracy on the line, we will not run away from this fight.
Barack Obama.
No, that was a good guess, though. That was a good guess. Okay. Democratic Assemblyman Mark Berman out here. We obviously, Gavin Newsom has signed the redistrict. It will go on the ballot in November. Yep. We need to come out in record numbers.
It is officially going to be Proposition 50.
There you go. Okay, so I mentioned to Glenn Kirshner, it's like a Folgers commercial. We've replaced Washington, D.C.'s grass with fascism. Let's watch the fun. So you're getting new grass. That's a trade-off. It's like remember all the game shows we watch? You get a lovely parting gift, like it was usually Rice-A-Roni? Uh-huh. Yeah, so Washington, D.C.
Or turtle wax.
Yeah. That's true. What was turtle wax for? Your car?
Yeah, it was the wax that you put on your car.
I assumed it wasn't for your turtle. But
have you ever washed your car?
Yeah, well, a long time ago. I never use my car now, except when Paramount calls, and then I bring it.
Yes, yeah.
Who said I'm very good at grass because I have a lot of golf courses all over the place. I know more about grass than any other human being, I think, anywhere in the world.
Wally Gator.
Good guess. No, that was Trump when he was doing his little, bizarro Batman waddling around D.C. last night, looking for crime, fighting crime. Yeah.
Pam Bondi agreed with him. Did you hear that?
Oh, yes.
The president is so excited about fixing up D.C. All new grass, sprinkler systems, our monuments, getting rid of the graffiti. And that's what people are loving. You only hear from the minority who are out there screaming and yelling that they don't want this. But the people of D.C. are actually thanking our officers,
Tears in their eyes?
Our federal, state, and local officers when they're out there all night long fighting to keep America safe. And I think it's crystal clear because the homicide rate has been none this last week.
Right. Let me just checking my note. Oh, I'm sorry. 80% of D.C. residents want them to get them out.
Yeah.
My house now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It turns out
but
the military
apparently
on their own
a lot of people are coming up to them with tears in their eyes, thanking them. Yeah.
You get the out of my house now. Get out.
Yeah.
That was the Russian section of D.C.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. The Russian neighborhood.
That was the Russian embassy.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said he's also going to make America clean. Oh, isn't it? She spoke of him like the landscaper and shit. That's good because they've deported all the gardeners, so he's going to be America's gardener now.
So now it's Maca, make America clean again.
Right, Maca.
I thought you just said Baca randomly, and that made me laugh.
Okay. No. I'm
so
sorry.
I did ask the
Disappointed
existential question of our time: is he better at ballroom, which he also uses as a verb, or is he better at grass? Very good at grass. Very good at ballroom. We've never had a president good at ballroom.
See, when I think of because ballroom is a verb, it's like dancing, though.
Yeah.
But when you
ballroom
not a
dance.
verb.
Yeah, like ballroom.
No. When you ballroom
That's
dancing.
not a verb. It's like saying
ballroom dancing, not
ballroom.
ballroom.
But it's like saying
that's
I'm
like
gonna tap.
Yes, I'm going to take tap. I'm going to take ballroom. I'm going to take
jazz.
Yeah.
Right, but it's still not a verb.
No, not the way he's using it.
It's very brick. It's very I love lamp.
Yes, it is I love lamp. But yes, but you could love ballroom.
All right, can we just move on from this stupid discussion and the stupidest of timelines in America? Okay. I need some more Gavin Newsom in my veins. Here we go.
Los Angeles is a preview of things to come with the federalization of the National Guard, with the militarization of the streets of America. And I'll remind you, Donald Trump never sent the military, active duty military, in his first term or now even his second term, anywhere overseas. He sent them to a United States city. They remain federalized National Guard, interestingly, through Election Day.
I saved this one for you, Bella. Elaine says, Charlie Kirk is a little beta baby, and he's gay for Donald Trump. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
He is, and he has a gummy smile, and he gets off.
He has baby teeth.
He gets off at yelling at underage, barely legal girls in college. He gets off on it.
He is a little beta baby.
TIT?
I really wish I could say on the show. Just funny.
TIT?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just had to clarify.
They did a deep fake of Senator Amy Klobuchar saying the word Eddie.
That's.
I just.
What do we? This AI thing. They got it. It's a bipartisan bill to get people that are victims of these deep fakes because it's really.
I'd hate to see the deep fakes about you.
Oh God! I thought of that. Oh, I love the one of Gal Gadot or
I
Wonder
was
Woman
about to
carrying
say.
me off the island of. Or what was it? What was it? The plane crash. There was an explosion.
Something. It was
behind us.
It was comic Wonder Woman. Yes.
Yeah.
Not kind of
Yeah.
Gal Gadot. Her face was there.
Oh, it's probably right after her
Yeah.
Chris Pine's plane goes down.
Yes.
Oops, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. But probably she's
Something.
like she probably then she was thinking I'll just go gay, and then she was carrying me out of the because he's gone. You know.
Is that all it takes to
Boom.
go gay?
Boom. Yeah. Little. You know that's when I strike is when they're freshly traumatized.
You know, if James
my
Dobson were
insomnia.
still alive, he would play that and use it as propaganda against gay people.
Listen, my insomnia and dedication to Desperate Housewives has finally paid off. There is a hot Leslie storyline with Dana Delaney.
Oh, yeah.
And some
Yes.
super hot blonde.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, that woke me up again. I was like, whoa, well now I'm not going to sleep at all.
We're gonna end up on Fox News.
We are. We
on
totally.
a clip.
We totally are.
The gay agenda.
Uh-huh.
We do it on purpose. And Bella,
Yeah.
might you take your...
Should we say hi to Jesse Waters right now?
Hi, Jesse. Yes, I said I strike straight women that are freshly traumatized. That's how I turn them gay. Okay. Hi. Might you take your organ out for me, Bella? Thanks so much. Speaking of James Dobson, I just thought this was really interesting. The official pastor of the Stephanie Miller Show, John Pavlovitz, threaded, James Dobson was the reason I began this journey of speaking out against the evangelical church and the GOP. In the immediate wake of the Sandy Hook shootings, he and Mike Huckabee declared it happened because God had been taken out of schools. That day changed me and pushed me into helping those damaged by him and people like him. Dobson was a reprehensible human being who left a shameful legacy of phobia, violence, and discrimination in the name of a God of love.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
And I have a bit of a James Dobson story.
Do you now?
Well, I mean,
separation.
when I was at the conservative station, in the early 2000s, the program director came to me and said, "What do you think about adding the Focus on the Family Minute that's hosted by James Dobson?" And I'm like, no, can't. Yeah, I mean, I think you've met the program director I worked under, Lori.
Yeah.
And she's also liberal.
She's fantastic.
Yes,
yeah.
she is. And we both huddled down and we were like, should we, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
And we ended up not.
Yeah.
We just couldn't because of all of the hatred that came out of it.
Yeah, no, but people have spoken out how much damage to them and their families, and he just was hateful. I mean, he basically advocated for child abuse, on top of everything else. And I don't know what the tragedy plus time formula is, but if you don't have the grace and class to wait a minute, then you and I can be good friends. So please, call now.
I'm just glad that James Dobson is focusing on the inside of his coffin now.
Christopher Louise Lavoie.
What?
You know what? You get out. You're suspended for a week.
Okay, bye.
All right.
No, not yet. No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Almost there.
Can I do an unsolicited testimonial to Chris Lavoie? He's going on a very well-deserved vacation next week. Do you know when you think of Atlas, Bella?
Yes.
That's Chris Lavoie with
It
the
is.
Stephanie Miller Show.
No.
There have been many near-death experiences for the Stephanie Miller Show, and Chris has often done your job, his job, every job to keep this show alive. And he was hired back as GM of SM Radio Productions, the big boss. So we used to have an engineer. We used to be in a regular studio. We used to have affiliate people. Chris does all of that now. He deals with all of it, and he's the executive producer, and he works his ass off for you, America.
Yes.
So save your bolt online. Do not say anything.
Well, I don't see any of it anymore.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless you bring it up on the show.
Oh, well, sometimes just to goad you,
Okay.
I bring it up. But then I defend you.
Well, thank you.
All right.
I appreciate that.
We love you, Chris. We're going to miss you next week. And thank you, Jody Hamilton, who will be filling in for Chris on cameras, etc. And we have a great lineup. We have Politics Girl in studio on Monday.
Yes.
We're working on a bunch of
House
other stuff.
Sparks on Tuesday.
Sparks on Tuesday. We got a bunch of folks.
It's going to be a girl party on Monday.
It is.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Estrogen Fest.
Yeah. Tampons on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a regular Lilith fair in here.
Okay. I was going to say Lesapalooza, but no,
No.
she's straight. Everyone's straight, but I'll be the only gay in the village.
You will.
Oh, God.
It's a trade-off. Yeah.
Well, until tragedy strikes one of them.
And then you leap.
Like a cougar I am. Okay.
Politics Girl has a really hot husband.
Oh, whatever.
Exceedingly
Ask me
hot.
if I care more or less about him or Mr. Anna Ortiz. I don't care about either of them. I don't care about the spouses of any of the hot women I love.
Like
Okay.
in Chicago, when she came up to our booth with her husband, I'm like, oh my God, who is that?
You and I are both like cross the streams. I'm like, ow.
Yeah.
Hi, Lee. You're like, ow. Hi, Lee's husband.
Hi, Mr. Politics girl.
All right, 20 minutes after the hour, this portion of the show. Can I just say, you and Gavin Newsom on social media are giving me life this week. You said, I will say this with my full chest. Kim Davis is an insufferable. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I mean, the last thing I need is Little House on the Prairie bigot telling me about the sanctity of marriage. I just am married 4 times. Get out of here. Miss me with that. I'm so tired of her.
Chris and I got into a whole who's on first because we were like, there's 4 husbands, but number 2 is 4.
But
But
3
number
is
2
the
is 4, and
baby
she got
daddy.
pregnant with number 4 while she was married to number 2.
3,
and she's
or
got-
yeah.
Yes, family values and all, y'all.
Speaking of that, Dr. James Dobson is dead.
Oh, Dr. James Dobson has left us.
Oh well.
Kim Davis family tree ain't got no branches.
Nope.
But on the serious, I don't know if you saw that Hillary Clinton said, I would urge gay people in a committed relationship to get married.
100%.
She thinks there's a good chance Obergefell will fall, and it's just...
If for some reason you don't follow Under the Desk News on Instagram, I'm urging you to go follow their account. They have a reel that has the 10 documents that you need to make sure that are in place if marriage falls in your state. And that's the thing. We can still protect ourselves and our family and all of those things, but it may take a little bit more work. But do it, because they said Thomas overturned Roe v. Wade because he said it wasn't in precedent long enough. The law was too young.
Yeah.
And so Obergefell is even younger than that. So please just go protect your families.
Yeah. I've made a prediction. The day either Anna Ortiz and or Gal Gadot agree to marry me, that's when gay marriage will fall, and it won't be an option for me because that's just how my life
That's
rolls.
exactly it.
Yeah.
They're gonna time that.
Yeah, I'm having
Be
a
like,
bad. I'm having a bad.
If it was possible, but sorry.
Sorry, Steph.
I'm having a bad
life.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Dana also says some fragile men are big mad about male cheerleaders. If there's one super hot male cheerleader amongst a sea of super hot female cheerleaders, and your focus for any reason is on the one male, that probably says more about your sexual orientation than his. Just saying.
that.
They find.
I mean, you've got Sorbo going, oh, there's male cheerleader. Dude, are you taking the picture into the bathroom with you? Why are you so focused on this male cheerleader? I mean, come on. And just want to remind everyone, George W. Bush, male cheerleader.
Thank
male
you.
cheerleader.
Yep.
Robin Williams, male cheerleader.
They call us snowflakes, and they get whipped up about the stupidest stuff. Like, it's just okay. By the way, I saved this for you. It's a little depressing. How wildly misinformed are Americans? In a recent poll, Americans were asked, what percentage of our country do you think is transgender? Americans said 21%. The answer is less than 1%. Mm-hmm. When asked what percentage of our country do you think is Jewish, Americans said 30%. The answer is less than 2%. Americans think 41% of our country is black. The actual number is 12%. Truth and accuracy is being erased from America. But
Also,
the fact that
those
they
people
spent
think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. Like,
Right.
so
Yeah, there's that.
Let's really address what's going on here.
We were saying they spent $250 million to demonize trans people when, I can't remember whatever poll that was. What huge percent of Americans have never met a trans person. So they spent all this money to get you to hate someone you probably will never even meet in your life,
Yeah.
right?
And because of who you are, they're not going to feel safe to introduce themselves anyway. So you are missing out on an incredible human being. I can tell you that.
And give me 13. JD Vance, they're still doing it with the trans issue because they're so desperate and panicked about these elections, Dana. They're like, let's go back to that trough. That seemed to work a little bit. And,
The Democrats really can't help themselves. If you look at the transgender issue, they're still talking about letting men play in women's sports. If you look at the crime issue, they're calling Donald Trump a fascist for taking action that in 9 days has dropped armed robberies by 55%. So
That's
part
not
of
true.
sounding less crazy is being less crazy.
Who was that just said that's not true? Thank you.
It was Dana.
I thought it was the actual journalist was
Dana.
with him.
That was
Oh, no,
Dana.
it was Dana doing journalism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not true.
80% of DC residents are against this. It's like, no, this is not. He's making things safer, or people
There's
want
literally
this.
dozens of other cities and 4 states that I can name off the top of my head that have a higher crime rate than Washington, D.C. And that jerk used to there's stories that he used to bake cookies for his trans friends and bring them to them after they had transitioned and had their surgeries so they could recover. He has lost himself.
Yeah.
And I have my theories. I think they have to do with Peter Thiel and Yale, and I think there's a lot of blackmail going on here.
Actually, Bella's mama, that I would be the mom that forgets to pick her up at school. I'd be like, "Oh, is that today?" She's like, "Yes, mommy, it's every day." I'm like, "Oops, okay, I'll be there after happy hour." But you drive, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, we're kidding. But you know who appreciates me? Michael on Blue Sky. I do. Listen, I try to be judicious. He writes, "Pretty Stephanie, remember, the only reason you're single is because there's no one else like you. That's it.
Thank God.
You're
what?
Talented, beautiful, sexy woman. You have more people who care about you than your unrelenting modesty will let you believe. That's the best thing about me is my modesty.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
You're the most modest person on
I
earth.
really am. More than anybody in the world. If you haven't guessed that by now, I like you. P.S. You're pretty. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Okay. Yes, as we pointed out yesterday, Southern Border said, does Kristi Noem know she is painting the wrong side of the wall, or does she expect U.S. citizens to try to escape to Mexico? I think that's what they're afraid of at this point. More of us are going to be trying to get out, because that's just dumb and a complete waste of money, but that's not important now. Low Key says you are being lied to again. Undocumented immigrants don't get Social Security, food stamps, or the right to vote. They used an ITN, individual taxpayer identification number, and pay an estimated $20 to $30 billion in taxes every year. That's money that funds programs you benefit from, and they don't. Yep. When Trump cuts your benefits, blame your politicians, not immigrants. Thank you. You can't put that out there enough. Karen in Chicago, hello.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, it is so important to get the truth out. And also, Glenn Kirshner, it does feel a little hopeless right now, but it is important for us to know how it is supposed to work. Wow. And that the things that we are seeing are truly unlawful and not correct. I was on Richard Chu's show earlier, and he played a bunch of clips from the DNC last year, and Kamala Harris warned us about all of this. She said
remember the roll call with Lil Jon?
Yeah.
I just watched a clip.
Yeah, no, the capitulation to dictators, we just saw that exactly unfold last week. And so it is so important for us to continue to set the record straight and archive and document everything that's happening and how this is not normal.
Yep.
And vote. Everybody, get everybody out to vote.
Yep, absolutely. Jack Hopkins says when they go low, we go, it's on, mother.
Oh.
Yeah, that's our new slogan.
Okay.
There we go. Mike says Trump rolled out the red carpet for Putin, and Russia responded by bombing an American factory in Ukraine. Trump got played again. All right. My personal comedy, Jesus. John Fugel sang next. Well, let me ask you something. Where do you keep your birth certificate, passport, Social Security card, and vehicle title? Do you know where to find your loan details or maybe the deed to your property? Wouldn't it be nice to just easily pull up all of your usernames, passwords, pins, and codes in just one place? A knockbox makes organizing your important documents simple. You'll feel great knowing where everything is and that your next of kin will have no problems handling your estate down the road. It's all in one place and easily accessible. Each knockbox, that's Knockbox, it comes with a comprehensive checklist that ensures you can add everything they'll need to manage your estate when you're gone. from, plans for your beloved pets. What's your vet's number? The login or details for your credit cards and subscriptions. If you've got a household, you need a knockbox, and you need to do it now, right? For Stephanie Miller listeners, you can get 16% off the knockbox of your choice. I mean, that is a deal. Just go to theknockbox.com. That's knockbox.com. Use the code Stephanie16. Once again, that code is Stephanie16 to get 16% off. Stay calm. Get organized today. That's theknockbox.com. Code is Stephanie16.
Look, it's a time of tremendous uncertainty. I can't tell you what's going to happen with our economy, with our democracy. It's scary, I know, but there is one thing I can promise you. But first, I need you to promise me that you're going to take care of yourself. I want you to cut back on the meat, the wheat, the dairy, cut back on the alcohol, the partying, the drugs, because I need you to live. Because I can't promise what's going to happen with our society, but there's one thing I can guarantee you will happen, and that is that Donald Trump is going to fucking die someday. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want him to die. I don't want him to suffer in any way. I want 3 ghosts to visit him on Christmas Eve and turn him into a good person. But that's not going to happen. He's going to die, and you deserve to be there for that. The grift will finally end. Those hideous anus-like lips will stop moving. The irony is, what he cares about most are ratings, and he's going to get the greatest ratings of his life because he's fucking dead. You've got to be alive for Donald Trump's funeral. You don't want to miss Donald Trump's funeral because Melania is going to bring a date. And then imagine the casket. It's going to look like Liberace's piano in Vegas. And who's going to sing at Donald Trump's funeral? I mean, all right, Frank Stallone. Imagine these pallbearers, right? It's going to be My Pillow Guy and Chachi and Kanye West,
Kid Rock, Kim Jong-un,
Ron Jeremy, and Rudy Giuliani. Except Rudy's going to be too short to actually reach the box, so he's going to be jumping the whole time and stumbling like a drunken weasel. And then they're going to open up the Trump Presidential Library and Museum for Americans who would never go to a library or a museum. You know what they're going to do? They'll open it here, but it'll be the Trump Presidential Library and Casino. You wait. He'll be taking these rubes money from beyond the grave. And I don't wish death on him. I want Donald Trump to live a very long life. Preferably, in The Hague. And again, I don't want the man to suffer. I'm not here to pee on his grave. He might like it. And he's going to go before St. Peter, and on that day, Donald Trump will learn what extreme vetting really fucking means.
Weakness about that. The Democratic Party needs to assert itself. We need to be strong again. Strong. Strength matters. People want conviction. They want character. They want a sense of intention and purpose to give us meaning, to give us a mission.
Governor Goodhair. John Fugelsang is the Gavin Newsom of Dr. McDreamy's. You know what I'm saying?
Jubals ain't just alright with me. Jubals ain't just alright. Oh yeah. Jubals ain't just alright with me. Jubals ain't just alright.
Hi.
Hey, has Gavin Newsom saved us all yet? Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
We are saved. Praise Almighty, we are saved. Yeah, you know what? Their jealousy about Gavin Newsom reminds me of their jealousy of John Fugelsang. When the MAGA men come to John Fugelsang, it's just...
Oh, now, just because I used to be married to Kim Guilfoyle, too. Don't go throwing that in my face, please. We were young. I needed the work. It happens.
I just love when they insult John online. I'm like, you're just mad because he's way more handsome than you and he's with
smarter.
way hotter women than you'll ever be with.
Shucks.
Okay, and he knows way more about the Bible than you
That's
do.
right.
So, Neener.
Oh dear, yeah. I got the Washington Examiner coming after me. I'm starting to get my death threats lined up. I'm really excited.
Congratulations.
I want all your listeners to please buy my book before it's banned in your state because it's looking very exciting.
Separation of church and hate. I can't even believe you showed up today, it being that you must be in mourning for James Dobson. And I thank you for working through your grief.
I'm going to have quite a Substack over the weekend on Reverend Dobson. We did a long, extended tribute to him last night. He really is one of the founding fathers of Christ-free Christianity in America.
Yeah.
And from beating children to quitting the American Psychological Association because they said being gay wasn't a mental disorder. He was the opposite of Jesus for decades, and like me, was never actually a real minister either. He was a fraud on every level, and a lot of gullible racists who think Jesus likes their bigotry gave him money.
Yeah.
The end.
I mean, people would think, oh, it's too soon or whatever, John. I mean, seriously, to your point, I wonder how many kids committed suicide because of him. I mean,
Exactly
how many
right.
families did he damage? I mean, it's just amazing.
I mean, when you're fighting for conversion therapy in this century, you don't get to pretend you're the good guy on any level. And again, I don't get off on this whole laugh at them when they're dead. I pray that Dobson receives the grace and acceptance from the next life that he denied to so many people in this one. But yeah, screw that guy, man. He was evil to the bone. Look, there'll be so many. So, New York Times called this guy the most influential evangelical in America. There's going to be so many obituaries about this guy, analyses of this guy, but you will not read in any obituary one actual teaching of Jesus that Dobson fought for in his 89 years. No care for the poor, no society, government and nations must care for the sick, no welcome the stranger, love the death penalty, nothing Jesus actually talked about. This is what my book's about.
Yep.
It's a prop to these guys, and you don't need to believe in the Bible as literal fact to call them out and take away their camouflage.
We were saying, Chris and I were talking about them erasing the rainbow crosswalk in front of Pulse nightclub overnight.
Can you believe it?
Just because, how many times can we say the cruelty is the point?
Although some good people in Orlando took some chalk and redrew the rainbow.
And that was beautiful.
Yeah.
But again, the point remains that Ron DeSantis is on the side of Omar Mateen, the murderer at the Pulse nightclub, in that it's all about the erasure of LGBTQ people and the erasure of culture and the erasure of history. I'm not comparing paving over a rainbow crossing to the slaughter of 50-plus people, but they're on the same ideological side, and it's all about erasure of gay and lesbian Americans and gay and lesbian Floridians. And man, the culture's moved beyond this. This ugliest part of the 20th century, we get to watch this die off with these MAGA members because I have so much faith in young people. We're never going back to homophobia in this country, and the fascists can't drag us there.
Yep. You said people who believe in the Ten Commandments and also vote for Trump are people who don't believe in the Ten Commandments. This is what your book's about, but it's just, I keep saying that until they take their religion back, we're going to have a hard time taking our country back, the democracy we love.
Yeah, and they don't believe it. They don't take it seriously. They don't care about what's actually in the Ten Commandments. Anybody who's posting these on a school wall and then voting for Trump is telling a child, don't believe anything MAGA Christians say. Because Donald Trump is the brazen, tiny, junk-wagging opposite of everything the Bible tells you to do. And he has violated all 10 commandments. And by the way, as our friends at FFRF point out, 3 of the 10 commandments would go against the First Amendment anyway. So they shouldn't be putting it up in our public schools.
This is, if you may want to Ready the nerd. Yeah, this is deeply nerdy, but a good point. People who voted multiple times for Bush and Trump lecturing about economic policy and deficits is like Gargamel lecturing about Smurf rights.
I didn't realize that was a deep cut, but I guess it was. What are you going to do?
I appreciate a good Gargamel reference.
Right?
Yes.
Who doesn't?
Yes.
Okay. Just like this whole week with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Newsom's converted me. In the beginning, I was like, no, we can't. We don't want to be the bad guys. Got to be the good guys. And now we're watching Texas turning these voting maps into racial erasers. If they thought they could win, they would not be shoplifting democracy. Democrats are going to more than make up for the 5 seats stolen, but this is not Democrats cheating too. This is fighting back. If Kathy Hochul goes today and tries to have 5 more seats in New York, then that's cheating. All Newsom did was balance the scales on this and negate the cheating of the Texas Democrats.
I say we do it everywhere. Listen, Kathy Hochul is a Buffalo gal like me. Do it. We need everyone said we can't just not bring a gun to a gunfight. We got to bring a rocket launcher this time.
And also, Newsom isn't doing this unilaterally. He's bringing it to a vote of the people. Yeah. The people are going to decide on this in November. That is way more democratic than what Texas did.
Yeah. Yeah, but not for nothing. I think Texas wouldn't. A lot of folks in Texas probably wouldn't mind taking away black voting districts too. A lot of folks in Texas wouldn't mind. You're right. It's much more democratic.
It's all of a piece. You wrote a great piece, as you do, on Substack. Please read John Fugels's thing on Substack. You just said, yes, he hates museums more than slavery. You just said teaching about slavery doesn't make America look horrible. Slavery itself is what made America look horrible. Museums just have the receipts. I mean,
the war on facts.
But the whole, why don't they focus more on the future? I'm like, what? Yes, I really enjoy the museum of stuff that hasn't happened yet. What?
Oh, can you believe nothing about success, nothing about brightness, nothing about the future? Can someone explain to our president the reason there are no museum exhibits about the future? that we can't go and learn about the future and see artifacts from there? Trump's mad at any museum that doesn't have balloon animals. And again, his whole thing was why don't you have the positive stories, right? Only Donald Trump. Could look at 400 years of slavery and be like, yeah, was it that bad though?
Yeah.
Really?
Where's the sunny side of slavery?
Well, but that's the thing, right? He said, where's all the positive stories, right? And that's the real thing. They hate the positive stories.
Yeah.
We have the positive stories. We have the abolition movement. We have women getting the vote. We have civil rights fighting up against segregation. We have voting rights. We have the Stonewall Uprising. We have the first black president. They hate the inspiring success stories as much as they hate the unpleasant truths. This is all about making the children of racists not feel bad about grandpa.
And you said I've met many right-wing white folks who think slavery is over-discussed, and I get it. Nothing says freedom like demanding fewer discussions about freedom. I mean, look at what happened with John Bolton this morning. I mean, we are full on in fascism. We are there.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, who am I supposed to root for in this, by the way?
I know.
Whose side am I on?
If he had testified under oath, we wouldn't be here, right?
Yeah, if he had not been holding stuff back for a book, maybe we wouldn't be here too. I mean, it's awkward because Donald Trump is responsible for more American deaths, but John Bolton is responsible for more overall human deaths around the world. So it's so great when the right people find each other. It's
like Gargamel versus
they're harassing
who?
him. This is Kash Patel. I mean, these little weasels, they don't understand their lack of impulse control. The history books are going to record exactly how bad at fascism they were. They're going to hurt a lot of people before they fall, but they're going to fall. They're too damn incompetent.
Yeah.
I mean, when Donald Trump has to leave, we have all the leaders of NATO fly over here this week, like the Avengers, to tell America not to drink bleach. And in the middle of it, Donald Trump has to leave to take a 40-minute call from Putin. Steffi, this is like leaving your marriage counseling session to take a call from your side skank while you leave your wife and the therapist to the room for 40 minutes.
John,
I mean,
he is the peace president. He has solved 7 wars? Yes. Including the one no one knows about, which was Wakanda versus Narnia.
Well, 5 of them were games of Risk that Stephen Miller let him win, so we should point that
out. Okay. You finish, Trump is the grand venereal wizard of modern mediocre racism. From refusing to rent to black families in the 70s to the Central Park 5, to years of birther lies about migrants eating pets, to sicking federal troops on cities with black mayors, to now literally trying to erase slavery from the history books. But one can't erase slavery from history any more than one can erase one's 34 felony convictions. Trump hates history because history hates him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, bitches. That's why you go get separation of church and hate. The writing of John Fugels's thing.
Thanks.
Also, you have a new salutation. You said, I love you as much as racists love using the word woke. That's so sweet.
Indeed, I do. It's true from the heart. That's a lot of love.
Thank you. Also, you said J.D. Vance is so unpopular, I heard the couch made him sleep on the bed.
The couch made him sleep on the bed.
That's
it's awful. It's not going well. The couch told him he has to start using a sheet. It's not going well for him in the couch.
I want to date and kiss marry the guy in Union Station who yelled, "You're a couch!" at J.D. Vance multiple times.
And can I just say how much I love the Alaska summit? Putin walking around looking like a real dictator, and Trump looking around looking like a guy who wants to know where they hide the pudding. It was so funny. It was great.
Didn't the one
I'm on
picture?
it.
The one
Go ahead.
picture they're shaking hands, and Trump looks like the radioactive Walmart shrimp is coming back up. He's like,
And by the way, you know why he got the limo ride for 5 minutes?
Why?
Because Trump's advisors would not let Trump have a one-on-one meeting with him. So the limo ride was the only time Trump and Putin and the translator could actually be alone.
my God. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I said
Oh, yeah.
limo scene from No Way Out. Okay.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying. Give him a little alone time with his boyfriend. What's wrong with you people?
Or
Bunch
Oh
of
my
blockers.
God! Just Trump diplomacy. It's like a Marriott rewards program for dictators. It's just so embarrassing, and that's why the whole European Union had to fly across the ocean and beg us, like they're trying to keep America from cutting our own bangs. It's just you gotta find the comedy, folks. Gotta find the comedy.
And you can
There's
find it
plenty.
on John Fugelsang's program right here on SiriusXM and in his new book, Separation of Church and Hate. Get it?
Yes.
God is my witness. We're going to make this #1, this book. Church,
Yes.
Separation of Church and
Also,
Hate.
I'll be competing with myself tonight. We'll be live on SiriusXM, and I'll be on Abby's show on CNN later this evening.
Oh, Abby Phillip.
Oh, fantastic.
yes.
Hey, say hi to all the white people talking about how slavery wasn't that bad. Hi, Scott
Oh,
Jennings.
I can't wait
Hi,
for
Jillian
a rematch
Michaels.
with some of my. Yeah, I was on with those two the last time. I'm hoping I get. I don't know who I'm on with tonight, but
Oh, boy.
I hope you'll tune in and see.
Oh, boy. Get it, John. Get it. We love you, John Fugelsang.
Thank
See you
you,
next week,
John.
honey. 46 minutes after the hour. This portion. Hey, hi, Malcolm Nance. What a
Hi, Steffi.
What-
Boy, you know, your listeners who are hearing this on like Sirius and everything, if they could just see the look of disgust of democracy that's on my face, right? I have the official look of disgust.
God.
And I'm sure you're just going to bring out all the worst of it, so let's get this over with.
Seriously, it's a series of. If you thought Helsinki was bad, Alaska was even worse. Then this spectacle at the White House, even worse than that. And now Putin has given Trump the middle finger, like we knew he would, right? The biggest attack on Ukraine in months during the summit with Zelensky. Then Trump says, oh, Putin's agreed to a summit. And today Russia's like, no summit.
No. Yeah, because Russia got out of Alaska everything they wanted. I was on with Rick Wilson yesterday. He's coming on my pod. He's going to be on my podcast this week. If you guys want to see it on YouTube,
Yeah.
And we talked about it. And when Trump was standing on the red carpet and started applauding Vladimir Putin coming down the red carpet,
Literally.
B-2 bomber and F-22 fighter flyover, and he started applauding, I said, "Oh, this looks vaguely familiar to me. This is almost identical to the way he was applauding when he was standing next to Jeffrey Epstein when the women started marching out in front of him." And Rick goes, I've got to go make an ad." The Lincoln Project is going to bring those two things together because when he's down with his homies and he feels comfortable, he starts doing that little, seal clap applaud that he does for dictators and pedophiles.
Yes, and the most disgraceful picture, American soldiers on their hands and knees putting a red carpet out for this murderous terrorist, this war criminal, right?
Yeah, and that's what he is. That man is wanted in The Hague for war crimes. And Donald Trump has just elevated him back to a position of what he said. He had Marco Rubio go out the next day and say, well, Russia is a superpower. They are a world power. They have atomic bombs, and we should respect that. No, we don't. This is the guy that would have, I have a feeling that Donald Trump would have not held a Yalta conference. He would have just said, listen, we're not going to do this D-Day invasion thing until I have a summit with Hitler, right? And then he would have, would have had P-51, B-17 flybys and rolled out the red carpet in Potsdam or someplace like that. This guy loves dictators because he is a dictator.
I'm curious, as an intelligence professional, how you feel about Putin famous KGB agent being allowed in the Beast and also getting a tour of our military base, including our F-35s. That doesn't...
Well, first off, the base, him driving around the base is nothing. Putin is not collecting, tactical intelligence and about what kind of wheel chocks that we're using on the the F-22 or the B-2 bomber. He is a human manipulator.
Yes.
That's what intelligence case officers do. How he got into the Beast, where Trump was like, it's almost like he's the character from South Park, right? Like, hey, baby, get into the Beast. I mean, it's just absolutely ludicrous. This guy was getting his annual fitness evaluation done by his KGB handler.
Yep.
That's what you witnessed this week.
We always try to say one good thing, don't we, Chris? About I think it's sweet how how sensitive he is about his boyfriend's feelings.
Well,
when he talked about calling Putin in the middle of the meeting with every leader from Europe and Zelensky, and he said he didn't want to be disrespectful to Putin. To the war criminal. He said, well, I didn't do it in front of them. I thought it would be disrespectful to President Putin. I wouldn't do that because they have not had the warmest relations. Actually, President Putin wouldn't talk to the people from Europe. I mean, that was part of the problem. Aw, that's so sweet to be so sensitive about your boyfriend. Thank you so much.
We can't do things the way we've done.
That's
Let's
right.
disabuse ourselves of that. Period, full stop. Enough. To slow death. There's a weakness about that. The Democratic Party needs to assert itself. We need to be strong again.
Yes.
Strong. Strength matters. Yes. People want conviction.
Oh, right there.
They want character.
Yeah.
They want a sense of intention and purpose to give us meaning, to give us a mission.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So fluid for Gavin Newsom. Okay. Our present governor, this could be our next governor, Katie Porter.
Californians really feel frustrated. They feel picked on. And why do they feel picked on by Donald Trump? Because he has said he is picking on us. He has said he is out to get the state. He is out to punish the state. He's out to decide for us how we should run our state. And so I think Californians, even those who supported Donald Trump, do not like how these policies are being experienced on the ground.
Yep, Senator Elizabeth Warren.
We can't live in a world anymore where we pretend that everybody's playing by the same set of rules, when it's very clear that the Republicans, who are not supported by the majority of people in this country, that those Republicans are determined to rig every rule they can, to break laws, to ignore laws, in order to be able to seize power and to hang on to it.
Yep. Kevin McCarthy on the great Bed Bath & Beyond debate.
Yeah.
Or as we call them, Bed Bath & bye-bye now.
Yep.
Good luck.
California has a constitution, and we now have a governor that wants to change the constitution for his own political belief. We have a governor who spends more time on this instead of trying to encourage Bed Bath & Beyond to move back to California.
Are
yes.
we asking for Bed Bath & Beyond?
No, not really.
I don't think I care.
That's not the flex they think it is.
No.
Like,
No.
yeah, screw you, fourth largest economy in the world with the population of 21 other states. We'll show you. Yes, the Bed Bath & Beyond CEO told Newsmax he would love to see Gavin Newsom out of office. He said, we want to be in markets where we can actually make a profit. Oh, and he also said, I can tell you the people in Hollywood don't want to be there anymore either. Wow, everyone in Hollywood's leaving, apparently. I didn't get that memo.
Hollywood is going through some issues right now.
Yeah, there's some problems.
Yeah, but it's not just economic.
No.
Right. Yeah. He announced that Bed Bath & Beyond would not open or operate any retail stores in California.
Aw.
Governor Newsom said the company that already went bankrupt and closed every store across the country 2 years ago? Okay. Newsom's press office said after their bankruptcy and closure of every store, like most Americans, we thought Bed Bath & Beyond was no longer existed. We wish them well in their efforts to become relevant again as they try to open a second store. Oh, snap. Oh, snap, Governor Newsom talk.
You can get everything you used to get at Bed Bath & Beyond on Amazon delivered in a day.
As far as I'm concerned, all the old locations are Spirit Halloweens now, so that's great.
The one down here at Sunset and Vine is now a Burlington coat factory.
Oh, fantastic. Coats, not something we use a lot.
Yeah,
in LA,
do we need that?
But yeah, Burlington.
Remember our affiliate person the first time we had an event back east?
Yeah.
She's like, where do you even buy mittens? She did a whole
Yeah,
phone call
yeah.
to me for that. Where do you get mittens in LA?
You don't.
Do you have hats here? I don't. Okay.
But Burlington Coat Factory has always been the harbinger of a dead mall. Like
Yeah.
if a Burlington Coat Factory comes in and replaces,
It's the Grim Reaper of
Yeah,
malls.
it's like okay, that mall's dying.
It's like purgatory in there.
Yeah, it
My
is.
mom would always force me to go there when we go to Big Bear. She'd be like, you got to get your coat. And where am I? What's going on? I'd get lost. It was hot.
So here's how you know what Gavin Newsom doing is so effective. Fox host Jesse Waters resurfaced a video of him, quote, knocking down Chinese kids like bowling pins. This is... He had a trip to Beijing where he accidentally knocked over a child.
Yeah,
like that's
they were
it.
playing basketball.
That's all you've got
that's
against
it.
Gavin Newsom.
And he's knocking them over like bowling pins.
Yeah. Here's the Sean Hannity lecture. Okay. Here
He
we go.
and a social media team, they are busy trying to mock President Trump on X by posting messages in all caps. He's trying to pretend to be Donald Trump.
No.
Gavin is also attacking Fox News hosts. He's trying to bait conservatives into social media fights.
boy. Yes.
He's actually referred to our own Tommy Laren's account as Yelp for toilets. Gee, very clever and funny.
Thank you.
It was.
Yes, it
It
was.
was funny.
It was, thank you. Lucretia in Milwaukee. Hello, Lucretia.
Hi, good morning.
But people are saying, by the way, Gavin Newsom's tweets, like Trump is like the cover band's better than the original now, right?
Oh, wow. But Papa, get down off of that table. Sit down, ding-dong.
Oh, sorry. She's yelling at someone else right now.
At the
Sorry.
cat, probably.
Oh, yelling at the cat. All right.
Yeah.
Well, grab that Z and call us back.
I've said that exact same thing to Boots. So
Aw.
get down off that table.
Friday. The cat's excited because it's Fridays with Frangela. Next.
Welcome to Caffeinated, where we focus on the parts of a story that really matter by showing compassion to the opposing side. Take, if you will, Steve Bannon, the man who said, "Darkness is good." Darth Vader, Dick Cheney, Satan, that's power. Who published the op-ed "Birth Control Makes Women Unattractive and Crazy," and many other op-eds for Breitbart, most of which read better in the original German. Who warned the media should keep their mouth shut, and that same media can't stop desperately trying to book him on all their shows. You guys, seriously, I'm a little worried about Steve Bannon. Not because he brazenly defied a congressional subpoena about his role in the terrorist attacks on our nation's capital of January 6, 2021, wagging his junk at it, citing executive privilege, even though he'd been fired by the White House back in January 2017 and was working at the time of said attack as a podcaster and not because he's a white supremacist who published a lot of white supremacist articles and supported the border wall and the Muslim ban and lots of authoritarian dictators, and who actually did say that cities could be washed away in an orgy of de-gentrification. No, I'm worried about Steve Bannon because the man looks like an alcoholic Thom. Have you seen this guy? He looks like a sack of pus that developed rickets. He looks like gout that caught gout. The man does not look well. Yeah, that's Steve Bannon, the one who was arrested on a Chinese billionaire's yacht and indicted by a federal grand jury for wire fraud and money laundering because he was ripping off Trump supporters donating to his Build the Wall campaign, and then Trump pardoned him for ripping off his own MAGA faithful. That guy. Is he okay? I'm just worried because Steve Bannon looks like a guy who was up watching porn till 6:45 a.m. and his alarm was set for 7. He looks like the guy in the office that HR has to physically give a deodorant stick to after one too many coworker complaints. He looks like a diseased leprechaun freebasing in the Port Authority bus terminal men's room. But we need to put aside our petty differences and recognize that this is clearly a fellow human being who is in pain. Can we do that? Do we have the humanity to reach out with love to Steve Bannon? Because he looks like the guy in the zombie movie who doesn't want the other survivors to know he got bit in the last scene. He looks like an infected toe. He looks like that uncle who comes over and smells of cigarettes and cat piss and always wants you to sit on his lap, but you're 15. I'm just worried about the guy is all I'm saying. And yes, I know his wife alleges he physically abused her and wouldn't let their kids go to school with Jewish children. I know YouTube has taken down his videos because they glorify violence, and Facebook took down his videos for glorifying violence, and Twitter has banned him for glorifying violence. And I know he said that Mussolini was a guy's guy who had amazing fashion sense. He said that. But in fairness, lots of people who aren't fascists praise Mussolini's style. But I am asking you to look into your hearts and find some compassion. Because Steve Bannon looks like a guy whose parole officer makes him knock on every door and introduce himself whenever he moves to a new neighborhood. He looks like Pigpen the Hutt. Steve Bannon looks like a guy who was just forced to drive cross-country in a small car with no ventilation and the windows rolled up while sitting next to Steve Bannon. He's not a healthy man. We are just concerned because he looks like he just ate 20 pounds of cheese and it's coming out of his facial pores. And by the way, I know what you're thinking. What right do I have to make fun of Steve Bannon's appearance when I look like Joe Exotic's mullet donor? It's true, I still have my pandemic hair, but I know it. See, number one, I accept that I look like the love child of Beethoven and Loki. I look like John Wick during a nationwide Moroccan oil shortage. But number two, I'm just concerned about him. So while you cynically fixate on the fact that he called the Civil War the War of Southern Independence, or that he looks like physical proof that white supremacists are the greatest argument against the concept of white supremacy. And he said that conservative women are better than progressive women because, and I quote, they're not a bunch of dykes that came from the Seven Sisters school up in New England. You ask, how can Steve Bannon sleep at night? I say, in a puddle of his own sick. But that's mean. We gotta be the good guys and look after him and make sure he's okay. Because he looks like a police sketch artist rendition of mutated gonorrhea. And that's why we're starting Steve Pack. Your selfless donation, MAGA fans, of $100 or more will allow us to buy multiple shirts for Steve Bannon, all of which he can wear at the same time. Then, when he vomits Jägermeister up on the top shirt, he can simply remove it and continue his broadcast. So if you see Steve Bannon, put aside your differences and offer him your hand. But you know to wash it, like right away. Like wash that shit. And don't touch your face either, okay? Just offer your hand, but then soak the entire hand in bleach for half a day. Soak the whole arm in bleach for half a day. Thank you. Please like and subscribe. And remember, if Donald Trump pardons Steve Bannon for stealing from white nationalist Trump supporters, maybe we should thank Trump for setting Steve free to continue his fine patriotic work.
they tried to pull where they were just going to steal and diminish the voices of black and brown people. I want us to be so loud that they actually go running and trying to figure out what's that little racist town they all hiding in and some, what is it, Missouri, Arkansas. Yep. I think they all ran to Arkansas. That's where they need to run off to. That's how I want them to feel after this election. No matter what happens, I need y'all to stay in this fight because literally the war is just starting.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about, Jasmine Crockett. All right, I think AI is officially getting out of control. Did you know that there's a review of our reviews?
What?
Yes, on Meta AI on our Facebook page does a review of other people's reviews of the people on our show.
That's Meta.
Right. This is my future wife, Anna Ortiz. Commenters rave about Anna's appearance on the show, calling her fabulous, gorgeous, and fantastic. Many request her return, praising the chemistry between her and Stephanie. The interview and playful banter delighted listeners, making it one of the best shows ever. Now, what I know for sure is not AI because I listen to The Final Word with Frangela every week. This is a review of my reviews of Frangela, of my performances in the Sexy Liberal sketch shows.
Right.
Angela V. Shelton.
Of the Detroit Sheltons.
Correct.
Yes.
Said, when you are in a sketch with Stephanie Miller, you feel touched by greatness. Francis Callier of the Callier-Helinski Institute said, even Stephanie's wig work is simply transformational.
I said this morning, if your house were raided, they instead of John Bolton documents, they'd find a bunch of wigs. That's
right,
about it.
A bunch of wigs and a bunch of Trump T-shirts.
Yeah.
How many years do you get for each Trump T-shirt you have? We'll ask my friend. Frangela.
Good morning.
Thank you for your exquisite taste, first of all. Secondly, when Francis Callier starts to tell childhood stories, I instinctively I get my sphincter snapped shut. I start to I get a little PTSD,
a little sweaty
about your childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So now
Angela made me cut a story this week.
Cut a story?
I had to cut a story. It was not
too much.
Nice. It was too much. It was too much. But
she's
please,
like, "That's not
tell it
funny
here?"
to you?" I was like, "That's not funny to anyone."
Later.
So
there was Stephanie.
You got into a very interesting discussion, as you do on The Final Word, about parenting, and so there was a story you. So you bit your dad once.
Oh.
Because you said the rule was whatever you do to me, I do to you. So you bit your dad. So your dad, you said, bit you like a wild animal.
Yes, he did. I mean, when my mother came home and saw teeth prints in my arm, she was like, "Who bit my baby?" And I'd be like, "Daddy, Daddy did it. Daddy did it." And he was like, "And I'll do it again." She bit me like she did.
These children, Bella, you don't know how lucky you are. You have no idea.
I'm still barely recovered from you running down the stairs and you almost sliced your toe off and your mom just told you to run it off or something.
You know what?
That's lessons in a black household.
She
That's
was
how you learn.
Crawling on the floor bleeding. And her mother was like,
"Walk it off.
Seems like you should have been wearing shoes." Like I've told you every day.
For 17 years.
Is that your book, Lessons from a Black Household? Because I think that was your point, is you said, I never bit him again. So, effective.
I never bit him again.
It's 100% successful in terms of the parent getting the result they want in the moment.
Right.
But 100% traumatizing.
I'm trying to picture.
Or was I not that? I wasn't that kid they had to kick out of preschool because they bite. because that's the one thing.
I feel like there's another way to get there. I feel like there's another way to get there.
Because you're tiny now, so I just picture a little tiny Francis, just like a little Pac-Man character.
Well,
so you were just a bitey little, yeah, bitey little.
It's like
thing.
biting Hello Kitty.
Right.
Yeah, it's
true.
So now, Angela, your book is going to be watching my friends up their kids. Now,
yes.
Is that include Francis? Because I've met Thom, Francis's husband, who not that you're not nice, Francis, but he's literally the nicest human in the world. So I'm guessing you're bad cop in your household.
No, sometimes, but Thom. It's the thing about Old Man Green is he's an old black man.
He's old. When I say old.
I mean hickory stick old. Older than Francis. And I know you're like, how could he be older than Vegetable Cart? Sears Wish Book. He is. He's old like before they let Negroes read.
He's really old.
He's really old. So he don't like mess and he don't like messing around.
So at any rate, you're endorsing the biting of children. What was the meme you read yesterday? You said, while frowned upon, it's not technically illegal to call a toddler an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, technically.
Right. Don't bite your children, please. Don't bite your children.
And don't call them a-holes either. That's probably not the best thing in the world.
Even when they're being one.
Yes.
See, I can tell the story, but you don't have to reproduce the story, is the point.
Okay. All right.
The Stephanie Miller Show does not condone any of this.
No.
Not a drop.
We do not. I disassociate myself from all of that. In fact, I'm disassociating right now away from Francis's childhood. Okay. By the way, save this quote for you. Nadine said, "Shout out to the white women in California who put Mexican flag bumper stickers on their cars to bait ICE into profiling them.
Yes.
It worked. They keep getting pulled over and wasting ICE's time. Be the sand in the fascist machinery." Yes, use your white privilege.
That's saying, don't go quietly. Annoy them to death.
That's right.
Yeah. I know. I love that. I love that story because, we've had this discussion about putting black bodies in the way. And this is what you could tell little baby Goebbels, Pee Wee German, Stephen Miller was hoping for. That, this would be, that's why he's talking about old white hippies because they got in his way. He was hoping it would be black people, right?
That's what they keep. They're doing everything they can to incite us. They're like, we're gonna say the slavery. We're gonna take slavery out of Smithsonian.
Yep. I mean,
we're gonna do that. Does that bother you? Does that bother you?
Right.
We're gonna take away your votes. Does that bother you?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it, and this is my thing: is we all see it. They're trying to incite anger. They want us in the street. And what is killing me is that they're like, no, white people, you go back. You're the wrong color. We can't attack you yet.
Yeah.
I just, after like 400 plus years of oppression, you think in 6 months you're going to do it?
Yeah.
You're going to bait us into the riot you've never seen?
Yeah. Yeah. But I love this because it's just use your white privilege to shield other people that don't have your privilege. I mean, I love you retweeted the, is this a sign that's out there? Insecure with your masculinity, C student at best in high school, too ugly to show your face, join ICE.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I'm in charge of, white women that everything up for America.
Well,
I'm actually in charge of bitch slapping white women that everything up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's the ambassador of slapping.
Yes, I'm the ambassador of bitch slapping. Speaking of, Stephen Miller is the Jillian Michaels of Joseph Goebbels. I like that one. We talked about Jillian Michaels last week. Oh, our friend John Fugelsang is going on CNN to do one of those panels where white people tell us how slavery wasn't that bad. I don't know. Will we be on with Scott Jennings tonight?
Scott Jennings is on pretty much every night, so most
with
likely.
Abby Phillip.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Because John Fugelsang is the expert I would bring for historical accounting of slavery.
He's so translucent. He's almost black. Like on the color spectrum, isn't he?
Like he wraps back around.
Right, wraps back around.
Okay.
To like
omnivorous.
Yeah.
And it's offensive to even have CNN put Scott Jennings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Into that discussion to incite me. That to me, I should be able to sue them for that.
I just don't even understand what they think they're like. Really, you want to have debates about slavery? It's 2025, boo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Well,
really?
Just this
Okay.
This last transcript from Scott Jennings, he says, "Are we going to be defined by the worst moment, or the worst institution, or the worst mistake we ever made? Or are we going to be defined by what we've done moving forward to get over it?" Oh, I see. Oh, so the random other white guy has gotten over slavery. So should you, because get
I was
over
gonna say
it.
we've gotten over it.
I didn't get my gift basket. My
Well,
apology.
you know what I find really interesting in that information is for Native Americans who went on the Trail of Tears, we recognize that in this country we decimated their numbers by millions, killed them, and then gave them land. We recognize that, that happened. Japanese Americans who were rounded up in concentration camps, which was awful and disgusting.
Right.
We recognize and made sure we paid them for what happened to them.
Yeah.
Our Jewish brothers and sisters, we recognize the Holocaust, and they have been compensated for that with land. They took Palestine and gave them that land.
Right.
Okay? What have we done to acknowledge African American slavery in this country besides saying, "You're free, go"?
Yeah.
They hired some black people at Cracker Barrel. You don't feel like that's equal?
So that's why I'm telling you, you can never. You can never. I will never hear it.
Yeah.
Not ever hear it.
So the transcript of this, I don't even know who this other, I don't watch this, the other right-winger on with Scott Jennings, said, in 2020, the words white supremacy, I think there are points we're just talking about too much, just that, in 2020, the words white supremacy were mentioned 700 times in the Washington Post and the New York Times. The word slavery itself exponentially skyrocketed as a percentage of words. I'm going to say white supremacy was mentioned a lot because we're in a white supremacist administration.
Yes.
Like, why? Okay.
For people who think we should get over slavery, they bring it up all the time.
Right. He said, so the point I'm trying to make here is that liberals will say, well, this is a reflection of reality, but of course it isn't. This is a reflection of a newfound obsession that was driven by the media. Oh, I see the media just created slavery right now? Yeah. It's not because, we got a bunch of,
And Stephanie, we're dealing with it and talking about it as we are because we have never dealt with it.
That's right. This is not a new conversation.
This is not. This is continuously. I am watching in 2025 adults try to sweep slavery under the rug. It's ridiculous, as if none of us know that it happened.
Abby Phillip, thank God, at least made the point I think I just made. She went on to point out the increase in white supremacy mentions occurred in a time period that saw racist mass murders and other deadly white supremacist violence. It's that's journalism reporting on what actually is, right? It's not being woke.
I just don't understand the number of times something is mentioned is therefore the problem, not the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the actual thing was the bad thing.
Well, why was it mentioned? Because it seems to me like if you've got cancer, you're going to hear the word cancer a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Every time you go to the doctor's office, we're going to be talking about this cancer.
Yeah. Oh, don't be so woke. How many times are you going to mention your cancer?
Thank you. It's the same thing with Epstein. It's like, why are you talking about who the girls, the children were trafficked to? We got Ghislaine and.
After the hour, this portion of wearing this shirt in honor of you. Carlos said, how did the world get so stupid? And we made a shirt out of it.
Yeah, every day I'm just trying to get ahead of Stephanie, divorcing 3 wives, making sure somebody got killed in January 6th, lying, cheating. I'm just trying to get into heaven, bowing to dictators, snagging people off the streets that have families or kids with cancer. I'm doing everything I can. Listen, we're going to have a great town hall. The best town hall ever in the Golden Ballroom. That's going to be by appointment only, but it's going to be a big, beautiful town hall where everything is completely unbiased.
Carlos is referring to Trump telling Fox News hosts he's worried he might not get to heaven. I think someone just got a congestive heart failure diagnosis. Do you think?
Yeah.
Just something about his cankles and his, okay. He said I'm told I'm really at the bottom of the totem pole. for such an ascension. Really? What? Really? Why would he be at the bottom? He said, if I can save 7,000 people a week from being killed, I don't know where does he think he's done that?
What's he talking about?
I don't know. I want to try to get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well. I hear I'm maybe at the bottom of the totem pole. But if I can get to heaven, this will be one of the reasons. I think I saved a lot of lives with India and Pakistan. Oh, you know who says that's a lie? India and Pakistan. He had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. How about saving lives here?
From
measles.
You. Yes, bless you. Yeah, okay. Everything he says is a lie.
Yep.
Have I mentioned that? All right. Carlos, thank you once again for posting. You reposted. Third party and protest voters after the primary are customers who didn't want the primer coat on their house and are now shocked to see the paint falling off.
Yep.
Pragmatism is not complicity. It's smart. You play to win the game. The Democratic nominee will be the best mathematical chance to stop more of Project 2025. Choose the primer. Okay.
Yep. I've tried to keep up with more analogies to get it into their heads.
That was said like
You're vote shaming me. I'm pointing out the consequences of your action. That is not the same thing. Put the primer coat on. I know you didn't want it. It's too expensive. It wasn't your idea of something good, but it will save your paint job. You're bleeding out on the beach. Don't request a pleather tourniquet. We don't have pleather. You have 5 seconds to live. Get the rope, get the leather, shut up, get to the hospital. That's where we are. I don't know how many different ways I can say it, Stephanie. After the primary.
Said like a true Burbank dad, standing at the Burbank Home Depot going, get the primer!
Get the primer!
You're going to hear about it from you're going to get cards and letters from the vegans out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compre el primer!
Exactly. Wow. Okay, so I saved for you, just because we've talked so much about this, who's it? Oh, hold please. Oh. Wow. There's been now a silver alert and a Bonnie and Clyde alert. I'm not sure what's happening. Is there a centipede invasion? What's going on?
Well, that's ongoing.
I have a diverticulosis alert and pain in my side, so
Oh.
it's a third alert for you guys this morning.
Oh, no. Are you okay?
We're all a
Trap
mess.
gas and cramping. Trap gas and cramping.
Great.
Wow. Jeez, we've even
All
dragged
the women in the world going, yeah, try that once a month.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh.
Try that once a month.
Try that once a month. Mama
Yeah,
has some
try
cramps.
getting a visit from Aunt Flo.
Yeah, and
See how you like that.
Okay.
I need another box.
Tuberculosis outbreak.
Oh.
This is like two awful 2025 stories in one.
In one.
Concentration camps
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and
Man, don't tell
tuberculosis.
Chris Pratt.
Pardon me?
Don't tell Chris Pratt about that outbreak.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Chris
Bella,
Pratt.
if you think our references are old, consumption is flourishing. When have you heard that? Consumption is flourishing.
Moulin Rouge.
Civil War time.
The movie,
Right.
The
It's
movie
when-
Moulin Rouge.
Yes. Isn't that what Nicole Kidman had?
Yeah, yeah. Well, spoiler alert.
La Boheme.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nicole Kidman dies of... Okay, sorry.
In Weapons, Gladys references consumption.
She does.
That's right.
Yes, she does.
Well, Gladys is a little older maybe than we think she might be.
Yes,
Yeah.
Gladys is one of the ancient ones.
Yes.
By the way, Weapons is very Hansel and Gretel. It's very tangled.
Here's a fun fact for you. As we found with highly infectious diseases like COVID, remember when Jared said, oh, it's only the blue states, so screw them? Yeah, because it spreads, you see? Because that's what infectious disease does. Is it infects
Yeah,
other
it's like
people.
smoking
Yeah.
on an airplane. There's no such thing as a smoking
Thank
section.
you. Yes, consumption is flourishing in immigration detention centers, which is what we're calling our concentration camps. Yeah. Hey, Frangela, nothing says everybody's over slavery now like locking a black lady in the state capitol in Texas against her will.
Nicole Collier.
Yep.
Hero
is
of democracy.
Intelligent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she's like, no, I'm not going to sign your paper to allow myself to be followed by your cops. Come on.
Right.
Really?
Right. And
it's insane.
I mean, from what happened to John Bolton this morning, right to Greg Abbott saying he added 3 new items to his agenda for the ongoing special session, including punishment for lawmakers who leave the state to block passage of future legislation. I mean, by the way, the second of his 3 agenda items was to make horse paste available over the counter. So it's not like, nothing about the, floods and other stuff Texans might need, but how to punish Democrat. I mean, it's a retribution tour on every level, isn't it?
That's really interesting. You used the word retribution. I was saying yesterday to Angela on the podcast, the word flee used around the Democrats is biblical to me.
Well,
it is a biblical sounding because that is where, when you have to flee something.
Well, when I texted you guys, I said, is Governor Abbott giving you a runaway slave vibe? Because he is me.
Absolutely.
He uses words like hunt them down and bring them back. I mean,
Absolutely.
Give me a break. And
also,
it's
like their existence, their autonomy, their desire to make choices for themselves, is somehow illegal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and also after the Minnesota lawmakers were slaughtered, to use terms like hunt them down and blah 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 is really, really dangerous.
Yep.
Okay. So here's a little sliver of justice. Speaking of election cheating, Elon Musk was ordered by a federal judge to face a lawsuit by voters accusing him of defrauding them into signing a petition to support the Constitution for a chance to win his $1 million a day giveaway. She alleged that his PAC wrongly induced her to provide personal identifying information because it's all a scam.
Yeah.
It's all a grift, right? As Musk admitted last year, the $1 million winners were not randomly selected as participants were told, or instead were chosen on how well Musk teams thought they would present on camera when asked to praise dear leader. I mean, it's just, and they're just out on record now as saying we're going to cheat as much as we possibly can in 2026.
That's why we have to stop playing that game. Stop. Put the dice down. It is stop playing the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Muck it up. Be difficult. Object. Protest. No more letters. No more bringing bills up before an illegitimate Congress. Stop.
Yeah.
Just shut it down.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that they attached the Epstein files to the legislation of the Texas Democrats. It won't last. It won't, wasn't going to pass, but that's okay. Put them on record as protecting pedophiles again.
Yeah, keep being annoying. Just add everybody gets a pizza. I don't care. Your job is to muck it up. Not everything is a Sermon on the Mount moment.
Yeah.
Some things are just being really peevish. Really.
And we are officially not Boo Boo the Fool up in here. This John Bolton raid, we get it that today was the day the Epstein files were supposed to be released.
Not going to distract.
Yeah. Use the Crackled Barrel logo and just put release the Epstein files on it. There you go.
I don't know why they looking for.
Well, let me ask you something. Where do you keep your birth certificate, passport, social security card, and vehicle title? Do you know where to find your loan details or maybe the deed to your property? Wouldn't it be nice to just easily pull up all of your usernames, passwords, PINs, and codes in just one place? A knockbox makes organizing your important documents simple. You'll feel great knowing where everything is and that your next of kin will have no problems handling your estate down the road. It's all in one place and easily accessible. Each knockbox, that's Knockbox, it comes with a comprehensive checklist that ensures you can add everything they'll need to manage your estate when you're gone. From, plans for your beloved pets, what's your vet's number, the login or details for your credit cards and subscriptions, subscriptions. If you've got a household, you need a knockbox, and you need to do it now, right? For Stephanie Miller listeners, you can get 16% off the knockbox of your choice. I mean, that is a deal. Just go to theknockbox.com. That's NOKBOX.com. Use the code Stephanie16. Once again, that code is Stephanie16 to get 16% off. Stay calm. Get organized today. That's theknockbox.com. Code is Stephanie16.
President Trump has vowed to make D.C. safe and beautiful again. And as part of his effort to fight crime, he's bringing in our federal law enforcement partners like FBI, ATF, DPA, Park Police, everybody to help the Metropolitan PD fight crime. And the president's message to the criminals was, if you spit, we hit. Well, we didn't quite do that the other night when an individual went up to one of the federal law enforcement officers and started jumping up and down, screaming at him, berating him, yelling at him. And then he took a Subway sandwich about this big and took it and threw it at the officer. He thought it was funny. Well, he doesn't think it's funny today because we charged him with a felony, assault on a police officer. And we're going to back the police to the hill. So there, stick your Subway sandwich somewhere else.
But that was a day of love. Nothing done wrong. At all, nothing done wrong.
For those poorest Americans, those differences?
Well, first of all, the Congressional Budget Office, sometimes they put out reports that are absolutely atrocious, and I think this is a good example of a very atrocious report.
All right. So if you don't like the numbers, it's an atrocious report.
Right.
Okay.
Of course.
Trump math.
Yep. Exactly.
It's remember George Bush used to say fuzzy math. It's fuzzy math. It's fuzzy math.
I think we have fuzzy
Yeah,
math.
I think we do have fuzzy math. Wow.
Fuzzy math.
Wow. I have a lot of moldy things in my box, but
Well,
that's
Nope.
that's old.
No,
Okay.
Sean took it out.
Huh. All right. Speaking of the bearded clam, J.D. Vance, here he is.
We want to help the people who have the legal right to be in the United States of America. So it's not about kicking people off of health care. It's about kicking illegal aliens the hell out of this country so that we can preserve health care for the American families who need it.
Thank you, Germany. I am a Nazi.
Sieg Heil! Yeah. Fatherland, fatherland. Yeah,
I mean,
first of all, like we had to say in hour one for Angela, you can't keep saying it enough. Undocumented immigrants cannot vote. They don't get Medicaid. They pay taxes. We get stuff out, from them. They get nothing. They are not eligible for food stamps, Medicaid, to vote, right?
Yeah, you know what? What they are is a distraction. Okay? They are
the boogeyman.
They're the boogeyman. They're a psychological distraction for this other stuff. And let me tell you, J.D. Vance needs to understand, and his technocrat overlords, that nobody likes him.
Yeah.
Nobody. No one. I don't care. He is never going to be president of this country.
He's been on 8 vacations. Did you know? I didn't know this. Kamala Harris took 0 vacations when she was vice president, right?
Oh,
And
they would have followed her the whole time and talked about how she wasn't doing her job.
Yeah.
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 She was lazy.
Right, lazy black lady. I mean,
Lazy
do you
and
remember how much she took when she bought a pot to cook because she's a great, because she's a great chef? Remember? She bought some fancy pan. It's like, oh my God, the double standards, just insanity making.
They're building this ridiculous ballroom.
Yeah.
She got a pan.
Yes. Yeah. And by the way, we keep saying the stupidest part of the stupidest timeline, this painting the wall or the fence, whatever, black, for nearly $1 billion. It's only our side. Presumably
so
to
cheap
stop
and
us
tacky.
from getting out, right?
I mean, I didn't know fascism was this tacky. I just really didn't. I thought that, there'd be something attractive leatherware or something, but no.
No, the absurd. You guys talked. I think we talked about last week, and we talked about it. You talked about it in Final Word. It just sums up how ridiculous the moment is. We're in this young gal in is it Minnesota, right? She's a 18-year-old biracial lesbian. She is, and she literally. These are the people trying to keep women safe in the bathroom. Harassing her in the bathroom. So was it the Buffalo Wild Wings? Right?
Buffalo Wild
And the
Wings.
server says, "You got to get out of here. You're a man." She said, "I'm not a man." Ended up having to unzip her hoodie to show her breasts. So, this is the people that want to protect women's privacy in the bathroom, hassling a woman in the bathroom about
I think
whether
that's what the founding owners intended. They wanted Buffalo Wild Wings to police us and our genitalia.
Right.
Clearly.
Right. And Francis, I love how sweet you are, you tiny bitey little thing, you. No, because I could tell you seriously. The thing is, we don't mean transgender as an insult like the right wing does, but I thought you said something that was really kind of sort of sweet in its way. But you said if a lot of people saw Ann Coulter or Laura Ingraham, they go, "Oh, she's had a really nice transition. She looks really good." Because if you're going to judge people on the way they look, sorry, right?
I'm sorry. And I think
God.
their transitions went beautifully.
See, she's so pure of heart. She meant that it's a really good thing. They would take it as an insult, right?
Well, I mean, could it be better? Yeah.
Right. I just posted that
Room for
picture.
improvement.
I posted a picture of John and I from Sexy Liberal as a joke, and of course someone's like, "Oh, I didn't know John, dated transsexuals now," and I'm like, "Is that a body fat percentage joke?" I don't really know what it is, but I'm like, "All right."
I'm really confused.
And also, let me just say this. I feel the need to say this. There are no bad transitions.
No.
Right.
If you're making a transition for yourself, your spirit,
You're becoming you. That's
you're becoming
the right
you.
choice.
And you know what? And wherever you end up is perfect and beautiful. That's what I mean by that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the idea that anybody on the street, especially a Buffalo Wild Wings server,
Yes.
especially thinking that they have the right to judge what a man or woman is or is not, and where they belong and how they should look.
Yeah.
It's it's Handmaid's Tale. It's wear this uniform.
And it says everything about Trump's America that she didn't apologize. No. And the girl had to literally show her breasts.
You don't have to apologize to some brown, probably black person.
Right.
That's well within your rights to patrol.
Right. Well, she was biracial, so she probably apologized just to the white half. But
I'm apologizing to the half of you.
So stipulated.
I understand.
Lucretia in Milwaukee, you're on with Frangela.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Frangela.
Hey, Lucretia.
And I'm sorry for yelling at my cat. So I do apologize. So you were right, Chris. Yes, I was yelling at the cat on the table for the 11 billionth time.
I know that tone of voice from my own cat.
I'm like, Lucretia either hired a lap dancer really early. She's like, get off the table. Okay. All right. Oh dear. Go ahead. Not that funny. I'm not that funny. Go ahead.
So Captain Quarter Pounder with Cheese sitting there, pissing and moaning about mail-in ballots once again. First of all, like, what you don't care about are fine men and women that are overseas in the military, the same military that you dodged the draft 4 or 5 times for. And I'm sure, sadly, some of them humps voted for your fat ass. So let's forget that. And also, too, you idiot, it's not only Democrats that vote by mail. People vote for your fat ass. And I just learned yesterday in the last presidential election, well, the recent or what have you, Wisconsin alone, Democrat or Republican, vote. There was up to 600,000 people in our state voted by mail. That's just our state alone.
Yeah.
And you want to sit here, well, they're totally fake. I don't want it. Blah, blah, cheeseburger, China, soup, whatever.
Lucretia is in fuego this morning. She is literally in fuego. Frangela, that's it's so transparent. Do you think he just stopped cheating in 2016? Of course they cheated in 2020 and 24. The problem is way too many brown and black people got to vote in 2020, and they didn't have a way to tamper with that because of mail-in voting because of COVID, right?
That's right.
That's right.
But they don't care about voting. They don't care that attacks Republican votes because voting is something you can't count on. They've discovered, and that means we have to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say it over and over and over, and this is my opinion. A person that, in my opinion, would fake being shot at, that's my opinion.
Yeah, me too.
Would cheat.
Me too.
I agree.
Yeah. The tweet everybody keeps retweeting, just he wasn't shot, he didn't win. He's in the Epstein files. I'm sorry. Who's this kid? First of all, why is there no more questions about that? This is a young MAGA kid that apparently shot him in Butler, Pennsylvania. That and there's some reporting that his father said to him something about you won't have to worry about money. I mean, I'm getting such a Lee Harvey Oswald vibe.
Me too.
Off this whole thing.
That's video of that guy, the guy who shot him, at a Republican, I believe, office.
Right.
Going in and talking. They have video of the dude.
Right.
So
I just thought it was so valiant the way that Trump was able to heal.
Grow his ear back like he was a lizard.
That's like he got them genes like what's her name? Sweeney.
I'm sure he's like tell Evander Holyfield to stop calling. I don't know how I grew it back. I don't know.
No, I don't believe any of it.
That's a classic reference.
The fact that no one
Frances would like it because she's as bitey as Mike Tyson, obviously, when she was a child.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
But no one asked the questions. No,
right.
You mean to tell me not one single news outlet says, how did he grow his ear back?
Yeah. Why was there no medical report?
They questioned every doctor that ever looked at Biden.
Yeah.
Okay, trying to drag them in the White House to talk about his private medical issues.
What makes it worse?
We can't find out about a gunshot wound.
Well, what makes it worse is someone did die. There was a shooter.
They killed. No, somebody didn't die. They murdered somebody to make it look as if the president was shot at.
Yeah.
That's what's even worse.
Yeah.
It's the murder that they did.
The experts that know ballistics and all that stuff better than I say, it seems to them quite clear that it was part of the teleprompter that shrapnel or something fell, came off the whatever. So I don't know, but you're right. It's just all of it. The whole thing it stinks. How did the Secret Service let this guy get on a rooftop that close to the president? I mean, the whole thing was like, what?
Does any of us believe that if Donald Trump had an actual wound, we wouldn't be confronted with it on a daily basis?
Right.
We never talk about it again?
Yeah, they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
You would think he'd be whining about this forever. I got shot at twice. I got shot at twice. Or once or whatever. But that other guy tried.
That's my new favorite Trump impression.
You're like, I got shot at twice. That sounds just like him.
It's a lie. It's a lie and a half, and I find it disgusting. And this is the thing: if someone would fake being shot at, they will fake everything. What my mama used to say:
if you lie, you'll steal. If you steal, you cheat. If you cheat, you'll murder.
Yeah, if you lie, if you lie, you'll cheat. If you cheat, you'll steal. If you steal, you'll kill.
So that
escalates quickly.
That's part of the
I know. I've always had problems with that.
Yeah.
Childhood
I've had problems
stories.
with that escalation.
Yeah, that's a real rapid escalation.
It's very rapid. It's very rapid. My
It just
mother,
doesn't- I don't think
she
it
was
tracks
no
for me.
nonsense.
I don't think it tracks for me.
That's what they treat at the Kalyer-Holinsky Institute. That's what they're taught there. Okay, this is going to escalate, and it's going to escalate quickly.
And it's going to get stabby.
Quickly.
It's going to get out of control. It's going to get out of control quickly. All right, 46 minutes after the hour. This portion, does the statute of limitations
bump up against
bump
that?
up
Are we
against
bumping
this,
up against
this Obama indictment? And she's like, well, the lack of evidence bumps up against this. Like the lack of any evidence of any wrongdoing of any kind. I mean, we're in the upside down, Carlos. We
that
really
was just
are.
another small firework in the crappy box of fireworks to distract Epstein. Okay,
Yes.
today we're gonna get Tulsi Gabbard to drum up something on the Russia hoax Obama thing. Tomorrow it's
God.
gonna be ICE smashing a citizen and dragging them off. Then we're gonna come up with some great names for Alligator Island, Clinky Clink Clown. It just has a whole host of crappy fireworks to go before the big.
We were talking about the
finale.
latest zippy nickname for a concentration camp. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think like Hitler?
How about this? Apple Orchard Auschwitz. I like the ring of that.
For Washington State.
Do you think that Hitler had pitch meetings for zippy names for the concentration camps? No. All right.
Yes.
Pardon me.
Strudel. How about Strudel Palace?
That rolls off the tongue.
All right. Listen, there is no other kind of comedy but dark these days. We apologize.
Yeah. No, because
but it is.
we
It's
can't
like
be as offensive as Trump.
Yeah,
It's
they
not
really
possible.
are. They think it's funny to say alligator, Alcatraz, and what's the one, what's the
Speedway Slammer.
Slammer, and
Yeah.
because
Like-
it's really funny. Concentration camps.
Guys,
Why?
super uber frat white boy Benny Johnson laughing in front of Alligator Island. Hey, this is where people are getting tuberculosis. Aren't I cool? Isn't this great? I was like, there's just so frat boy.
By the way,
bad.
yeah, and speaking of distractions from Epstein, I'm so glad, Carlos, other people are getting, I've been saying this, and I'm seeing it more on social media. Tony says, what if Trump wasn't just a client, but actually a core part of Epstein's trafficking machine itself? He owned the Miss Teen USA. He ran an international, quote-unquote, modeling agency, decades of access to underage girls. Why isn't the media asking this? And
Yeah,
once
yeah,
again, my
he's like
questions
freaking-
about the media. It obviously some of the girls were trafficked from Mar-a-Lago. Obviously,
Yeah.
this wasn't all at Epstein Island. Clearly,
Yeah, Epstein is Trump's Jacob Marley. Trump, these are the chains I stole from little girls on island.
So we were talking. You were just talking about ICE and what's the detraction from what. Can I just say, Jack on a thread said the same thing I've said over and over as well. He said, without question, the hardest working people I have ever known are immigrants. It's not even close. They put most of us to shame when it comes to work ethic and commitment to family. They are everything Donald Trump is not. I mean,
Never lifted a finger in his life.
Yeah. I mean,
Except to reach for a prophylactic. No, somebody else put it on. I don't like these things. I don't touch. I'm very germaphobe.
Okay, all right. I just want to. We will talk.
Eric, get over here.
Oh,
Too dark?
God. Eric puts on his condoms?
Yep.
Oh.
I don't want her, Daddy. You want your allowance? And don't
Okay.
tell Mommy. I don't even remember who your mommy is, so forget about it.
Yeah,
don't
which
worry
one
about it.
is... No, it's not Blonde. It's Ivana. Ivana is his mommy.
Oh, that's the AI, the Gavin Newsom AI, that's going to drive Trump the most insane. So I think as other people are starting to do it now, they're starting to imitate Newsom's office, and they did. There's like a shirtless Gavin Newsom with Ivanka. Oh my God, it's going to drive them insane.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Love it. The American Academy of Pediatrics breaks with federal guidance urging COVID shots for young kids as Kennedy's panel delays vote and stirs backlash. We already mentioned this, Carlos, but you and I have talked about COVID. You have kids. I'm glad that people are at least trying to find their spines, because Dr. Redlener says that every week, right, Chris? Like, where are the doctors? Where, we ask, like, where are all the people pushing back? I just heard that people over, only people over 65 can get the new COVID vaccine. We'll have to talk to Dr. Redlener about that. I mean, it's insane, Carlos.
It is insane, and we are going backwards. And guys like that Jimmy Front Puerta and Joe Rogan were platforming these guys, raising them, giving them credibility when they weren't even doctors, had never done a single study by themselves, had never been peer reviewed, and that was the danger of that all along. So there are doctors on the social media platform that are fighting back. More Democratic doctors, more pediatricians are going against the recommendation.
I remember when medicine didn't have a partisan bent. Science didn't have
science.
Right. Yeah. For you, Malcolm Nance retweets, just to our point about immigrants, Mrs. Betty Bowers said, they told us they were targeting the worst of the worst. They're going after delivery drivers and their bikes. This isn't about criminality or immigration. It's about intimidation. After the hour, Fridays with Frangela. Yay! Frangela, AI, as I've said, I like when someone AIs me, Wonder Woman carrying me out of a flaming, plane or something. That's fun. But because of my Gal Gadot crush.
Yes,
but
right.
Senator Amy Klobuchar took to the pages of the New York Times, warned about the AI fake.
Yeah.
It was her arguing that actress Sydney Sweeney has perfect titties and Democrats are fat and ugly. She said the AI deepfake featured me using the phrase perfect titties and lamenting
Which is probably something that she's never uttered in her life.
She's never said that. She's Minnesota.
She ain't never said that.
Yeah. No one from Minnesota
nothing close to that.
has ever said titties. Okay. And lamenting that Democrats were too fat to wear jeans or too ugly to go outside. The fake Amy Klobuchar said, if Republicans are going to have beautiful girls with perfect titties in their ads, we want Democrats too, we want ugly fat bitches wearing pink wigs and long-ass fake nails being loud and twerking on top of a cop car at the Waffle House because they didn't get extra ketchup.
Why you gotta get racist?
I was just going to say, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa!
So X refused to label it or take it down or even label it, right?
As AI, right?
Yeah. So she's calling for support for the No Fakes Act, which is a bipartisan proposal that would give people the right to demand that the social media companies remove, deepfakes using their voice and likeness. Yeah.
It's gotten really bad. It's gotten really, really, really bad. And a lot of people just cannot tell the difference. And when I tell you what's happening is we're doing stories on Idiot of the Week where people are going to Chat GPT or AI and saying, is my husband cheating on me? And it will say yes, and they'll divorce their husband.
Yeah.
People are starting to treat AI as if it's God.
Yes.
And it's wrong all the time. But this is my thing. I have two feelings about this. One is that use your brain. Amy Klobuchar didn't say nothing like, there's no way that
Do
happened.
you, though?
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Yes,
you do.
We
This is
know.
why I get that. No,
Chris
but
can
this
tell
is
you-
not everybody else.
Yeah.
They like her anyway.
I sometimes fall for things that I really want to be true, but
Yes, you do.
Yes.
every now and again I
Yeah.
fall.
And then I have to
But
say
also,
no, Stephanie.
if Amy Klobuchar has the ability to get an op-ed in the New York Times, could
does.
she write about something more important?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think that is the big problem. And thinking that we're just going to put up bills still. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that they're
bills are
still
gonna
in this, we're doing the business of government when that isn't what's happening.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is a mental shift people need to make. Our leadership needs to make about what is required of now. Because even giving that stuff space, like for her day, like why go to an ICE facility?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
And by the way, I'm just, as we're talking, so Pete Hegseth has, has armed the troops, has ordered National Guard troops profiling the streets of Washington to be armed. At the same time, Janine Pirro's saying, y'all can bring whatever guns you want into D.C., you won't be prosecuted. I mean, someone tweeted, I think, this has the powder keg feeling of, if you've read the history of Kent State, and as you said earlier, Frangela, they're trying to provoke people. Right? I mean, Stephen Miller is always saying, hey, old white hippies, get out of the way. We want to be able to target black people.
They are, in my view, and I'm not happy about this at all, but they are going to shoot some black person in the hopes of causing riots. They are going to do it. That is what they're looking for. They're like, let us give you these guns and tell you you're in danger and empower you.
He sees it as a missed opportunity during the George Floyd protests that they wouldn't shoot them in the knee, shoot them in the legs, as Trump ordered the military to do. And thank God there was at least a guardrail there where they're like, no, we can't do that.
Mm-hmm. But now they can.
Trump
and I'm telling you, that's the whole point. Will. That is the whole point. So they can declare martial law and never have elections again. Like, that's the whole point.
Oh, my God. Francis, to your point, you see him waddling around like a demented Batman last night in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
And someone said, is he setting up another fake assassination attempt? Like, what? Right? And he said before, I'm going to be out tonight. I'm going to keep it a secret, but I'm going to go. I don't think he understands what secret means.
Secret. That's not how secrets work.
But yeah,
this is what I mean. Like, I get a fascist takeover, but does it have to be this remedial? Like, I just feel like it's just of low value and tacky.
It's insulting.
It's insulting.
Yeah.
It's insulting.
Yeah. The only prescription in America is to get the final word in Idiot of the Week.
Yep.
The Department of Something Ain't Right resides in the final word. That's where, if you want to know where is that department, it is in there. And they are taking your calls now. All right. I never miss it. We love you, Frangela.
We love you.
Have a great weekend.